how to register on the LMS. So I have already shared this link in the WhatsApp group. You have to just click this link. Once you click this link, you will be directed towards to this page. And what we normally does is like we tend to go to this registration tab, right? But please don't go to this registration tab. So once you click the link and once you open this page, just scroll down. There will be some basic questions, your full name, your email address, your phone number, some like very basic information, your college detail. Just fill this information and scroll down. And there will be a baseline impact. So this is the baseline impact is basically as an organization, we would like to understand the impact of our program. So what we do before we start the training program, we ask this baseline impact. And again, at the end of the training program, we again ask the same set of questions and we will also compare it and we will also understand the impact of our program. So this is basically to understand the impact of our program. You have to do this in the beginning as well as at the end of the training program. And yeah, so to register, once you've done all these questions, so scroll down and fill up all these baseline impact questions and just scroll down, declare yourself and submit. Okay, so sometimes I also get a message saying like, sir, I have submitted that, but I'm not able to submit. I'm just clicking the submit button, but I'm not able to submit it. It means somewhere you have missed the information. For example, I'm not able to submit the form, right? Why? Because all these questions are empty now. I have not attended any of the question. Even if I attended all the question, but I missed one question by mistake, I will not be in a position to submit. So in case if you're not able to submit, just scroll up and down and check whether you have filled all the information. And ensure like you filled all the information and then submit it. Definitely you can submit this. So there is no problem in the LMS. So if you're not able to submit, please ensure your mark. I mean, you are answering all the questions and then you can submit this. So now with this, I close that. I'll stop my screen also. So this is the very basic registration form. So you have to register on the LMS. And now you have to mark your attendance using the LMS. But now we are not going to talk how to mark your attendance on the LMS. Give me time till 11 o'clock or 11:30. Before we go for a tea break, I will also approve all your registration and I'll also tell you how to mark your attendance because I'm expecting some more like 20 to 30 more people to join. So hopefully by at tea time, we'll be having full attendance, full participant. So that like in one go, I can tell them how to register and also how to mark your attendance on the LMS. So once I inform, you can also mark your attendance during the tea break. It will just take 1 second time, not more than that. Okay. So this is about the LMS. And in case if you don't have LMS registration link, I can also paste you the LMS registration link in the just a minute in the chat box. So that so yeah, I have mentioned LMS registration link. Okay. And before I'm handing over the session to the trainers, I also would like to give you some inputs on LMS registration and Azure subscription. So now when I hand over the session to the technical trainers, they'll be talking about the Azure subscription. For this Azure subscription, what they'll be asking your Outlook email ID and where they'll be also provide you some subscription where you can also start using this Azure. But please don't get confused with LMS with Azure. LMS is completely different portal. Azure subscription is completely different. For LMS, you have to register. I have shown you the registration form. You have to register by using your mobile number, by using your any of your email ID. But when it comes to Azure subscription, we need your Outlook email ID, and my trainers will be asking you about that. My trainer will be explaining you about that in a few minutes now. But my sincere request here is please don't get confused with LMS with the Azure subscription. LMS is completely different. It is our own portal, but Azure is a different one. So with this, I would like to introduce my team also. I usually say like they are the captain of the ship. Like for the next 5 days, they are the one who is going to like discuss a lot of things about this data science and cloud. So I take this opportunity to introduce my team member also. But before do that, Sir Ramaswamy sir, you want to switch off your camera, sir? I think your line got stuck. It would be really great if you could switch off your camera, sir. And I would like to introduce Shashank. Shashank is our subject matter expert who is leading our technical team. So we actually almost have like 10 to 12 technical team members who used to like conduct a lot of classes for the students as well as for the faculty. And he is the one who is actually leading our technical team, and he is our subject matter expert. Welcome to this program, Shashank, and you can say hi to all of us.
Very good morning to all the faculty members who have joined. And my name is Shashank Shekhar, and I'm from EduNet Foundation leading this technical team. I welcome you all in this session, and I hope that the next 5 days would be fruitful in terms of learning in the field of data analytics and cloud computing. And we are seeking your continuous support and during this FDP. And on the last day, we think that we would be coming out with some fruitful learnings related to the cloud. Thank you, everyone, and welcome you again.
Thank you so much, Shashank. And we also have two master trainers who has been like conducting a lot of training program for the faculties and for the students. And I would like to welcome Narendra. Would you like to say hi to all of us?
Yeah, thank you, Sashwatan, and good morning, all dear faculty members. So now I'm the trainer for data analytics and cloud computing for the coming 5 days, and we hope all your support and best involvement in your workshop will see in the activity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Narendra. And we also have like another master trainers like Magesh. Again, he's also very experienced trainer who has been like training a lot of faculties as well as the students. And welcome, Magesh, for this training program. And yeah, over to you. You can say hi to all of us. Yeah.
Warm welcome to all the faculties. I'm Mahesh Kure, and I'm professional in cloud computing and data analytics as well as data scientist. So hope so everyone enjoys these sessions and will get the fruitful learning from this within these 5 days. Thank you all
Great.
for
Thank you.
joining this
Thank you.
session.
Thank you so much, Magesh. And so next 5 days, Magesh and Narendra is going to talk a lot of things about this data analytics using cloud, and Shashank will be supporting the trainers. And of course, like I'll be doing the coordination work. But if you have any technical questions, you can also reach out to Magesh and Narendra. So with this, I'm handing over the session to both of them. And again, Magesh and Narendra, please give the session to me before tea break. So I'll tell them, I talk to them about this. LMS attendance, and then we can break for the tea break. So now I'm handing over the session to both of you, Magesh and Narendra.
Thank you, Sashwatan. Uh, Mahesh, can I share my screen?
Yes, Narendra, please.
Yeah. Can you see my screen now, Mahesh?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So good morning, all dear faculty members. This is Narendra, Master Trainer for Data Analytics and Cloud Computing. So we are going to see the basics regarding the cloud computing. So this is a theory part. I'll just cover for like 1 hour. And this is from Next Gen Employability Program. We are creating the next future-ready workforce. So
Narendra,
introducing, yeah, Mahesh.
sorry to interrupt you. Actually, let us go with Azure platform first and let them explain. Let us explain them like what is the subscription and all the thing. And I will
Okay.
be sharing one Google Sheet in the chat box. So
Okay.
every faculty, it is for you. Like this is instruction which has been used for giving this subscription plan. So we are in these 5 days we'll be doing practicals on Azure portals. Now the screen what you are looking at is of Azure portal only. Okay, so whatever practicals we have been doing, we will be doing on this Azure portals. For doing these practicals we need a subscription plan. Okay, so like all the practicals which we will be performing on this portal is a paid actually paid practicals. Actually it needs some money to do those practicals. So for doing the practicals, the all the subscription or all the money will be paid by our company. But for doing this practical you will be needed one subscription. from our company. For the getting the subscription, you need to create one Outlook ID, and you need to give your Outlook ID in the sheet which I will be sharing in the chat box. If you have any query related with your Outlook ID, you can put your query in the chat box only. So I will be in the background. I will be supporting you guys. Like I will be supporting to all of you, and with me, Shashank is also there. So any doubts related to the Outlook ID, you can ask in the chat box, and I'm sharing the link of Google Sheet. Please create one Outlook ID and provide that Outlook ID in this sheet. Okay, over to you now. Thank you.
So thank you, Mahesh. Now I am presenting my screen in the full screen mode. So this is like we are going to see what is cloud computing. So this is the introduction for cloud computing. And so let us consider a scenario. So why this cloud computing is needed? Let us consider where there is a small software development firm is there. So it is seeing a lot of users getting into their business. So now they want to scale up their business. Now, what are the things they are looking at? Can you tell anyone, like any faculty members, please unmute yourself and tell me what are the things they are looking at in order to develop their software firm? Hello. Yes, sir. Raju, sir, go on.
So one is
Hello.
hello, I'm
Yes,
audible.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. One is that time domain plays a very important role.
Yes. Correct. Yes.
Mm.
Yes, sir. So now I'm just giving so many reasons and so many like things of if they want to expand their business. The first thing is they need to procure the hardware, the servers, networking component, okay, all these things they need to procure, for which money is involved. So that money I'm calling as capex money, capital expenditure. Okay, this is in general this is very huge. If you want to buy any server, it will be costing around lakhs and crores of rupees. That is a lot of involvement is there. And the second one is they need to hire some technical manpower, so in order to deal with the hardware and all. So again, if we need to train the technical people, if they leave, so again we need to hire the people and we need to train the people, and this is continuous process. And then if in order to keep all this hardware and everything, so we need some space, office space we need. So we are buying some, or we are renting some space, and we are building some buildings, and we are mounting all this hardware into that. And we need to continuously provide the battery backup, so that our servers will continuously run on 24 by 7 time frame. So for which we need a battery. So again, it is cost involvement. In order to like cool the battery, since it is running all the time, so we need to cool the battery. So for which again a cooling mechanism will be provided. Again, capex is involved. And then like if the software is updating, so we need to download the patches and we need to update. Like it is a kind of, like again it is again time, it is taking some time. So let us consider one scenario in my business. Like I want to cater to 100 more people. Okay, for which I am buying a server with a 1 GB capacity. Like let us consider one scenario, 1 GB capacity. So are you going to buy 1 GB tailor made, or else you are extending like a 2 GB or 3 GB, keeping in mind that the future so many users will come to my business. So what you do? So anyone please tell me. So to handle my current customers, I need only 1 GB, 1 GB server. But keeping in the future perspective, like are you buying more than 1 GB or less than 1 GB? Can anyone tell me that? Hello?
More than 1 GB.
Yeah, more than 1 GB. Always. So when you are developing, we are always in the positive mindset. We are expecting more users to come to my business, so that we are buying. Maybe in the current requirement, I'm in need of 1 GB, but keeping in prospect of future traffic, I'm buying more than 1 GB. Let us consider. So now, maybe in the near future or in the long future, if I'm not getting that much traffic, if the users are not getting into that, so again, whatever be the investment, the capex involved in buying this extra hardware, that will be wasted away. So that means the resources which we bought, will be wasting away. So there is a probability. So now these are all the many things like this. And suppose say all the infrastructure which you bought are not working. Again, you need to buy. So if the catastrophe natural calamities evolved and your infrastructure which you bought are not working, again you need to buy again. So this is all involving in so much time and so much cost. Okay, so we need some physical space, we need power, cooling, manpower, training, everything. So in order to avoid this, so like if you are stucking up with this like cost involvement, physical spaces, power, training, cooling, everything, so you are missing off your business goal. So the final first primary goal is in order to increase your business. That is your primary goal. But because of this capex involvement and all hurdles, you are missing your business objective. So is there any solution for that? So these are all the things which you are looking at to expand your business when you want to expand on your own. So is there any solution whether to go and concentrate on the business? The remaining things like hardware, software, maintaining, everything will be taken care by other people. Yes, there is a solution. The solution itself is nothing but the cloud computing. In this cloud computing, so the hardware which is required to enhance your business will be supplied by the cloud service providers. The services you can access the services with no you if you want to access the services at the moment, the same moment you are going to get the services. And you can have the services can be accessed globally. So you can go to your home, you can access your resources. You're sitting in the office, you can access the resources. Going to other state, other countries also, you can access the resources. So that means it is a global accessibility. All the services which provided by the cloud service providers are globally accessible. So you can access the services anywhere from the globe, and they are ready to use. The moment you ask, the same moment you are going to get the services. It is something like a tailor made, like going to a shop, asking for a t-shirt and all. Okay, that is a very like within a fraction of seconds you can get all your services requested. And all the services are available to your subscription. So only thing is if you want to use one service, that service should be available to you. So suppose if you want to log in into one of the mail IDs like Gmail or Outlook mail IDs, you are giving your subscription details, username and password. When you are hitting enter, then automatically you are getting your services available. You can see what is inbox, what is new mails and everything. So like this, so the services are available to you. So say, did you observe any any discrepancy, like any problem in getting loading your web page or your inbox anytime? So sometimes out of 100 cases, maybe 1 or 2 cases you are getting some discrepancy. So that is all called as availability. Availability means some services, maybe Outlook mail ID, sometimes you are going to see you are all going to give your Outlook mail IDs to Mahesh is going to give you the subscription on EduNet Foundation. Okay, when you want to log into Azure portal, some 1 or 2 people out of 100 may say that I am not able to log in, so my subscription has been locked. So this is called availability. The availability means some of the services, some of the cloud services are not available at that particular instant, like Outlook mail ID. Okay, that is called available. If your service is available to you, then it is called available. If it is not available, then so we are missing some services. This availability, if you want to get availability for all your resources, you need to go for one SLA. SLA stands for service level agreement. So where you are writing all your requirements on a paper. So that paper will be the medium between the cloud service provider and the client. So in that, if you mention these services need to be having 100% availability, then according to that, the billing will be done. Okay. So that you can request the minimum availability in Microsoft Azure for any service. The minimum is 90%, the maximum is 100%. When you want to change the availability of any service from 90% to 100%, then accordingly the bill will be varying. Okay, that is called availability. So that next point is pay as you go. So pay as you go means you have taken the services if you are not using the services for the time being. So there is no billing. And if you are using the using the services for half an hour, the only for half an hour you are going to be billed. Okay, like that. So pay as you go, or else we can call this as consumption based model. So we can call this as consumption based model also. The next one is fault tolerance. Let us consider a scenario where, so your software, you have taken a service from the cloud service provider, and because of the natural calamity or any technical mistake, the hardware or the software is not functioning. So without giving without notice to the client, so the cloud service provider themselves will replace this particular service, this particular hardware which is not functioning, or this particular software which is not functioning, by another hardware or another software in case of faults. So this is not even noticed by the client. So the client is always getting the services seamlessly deployed onto his subscription. Okay, that is called fault tolerant. Even the natural calamities are hurting, so you are getting seamless services from the cloud service provider. That is called as fault tolerance. So the cloud service providers are giving all this freedom, they are maintaining, they are recruiting the manpower, they are maintaining the battery, cooling, everything, office, everything they are maintaining. Only thing is you need to maintain only your business goals. Okay, you just concentrate on your business, and left of the things like technical things and everything, the cloud service provider will take. Now I want to define what is cloud computing. So the cloud computing is just nothing but on-demand delivery. So just note of this term, like on-demand delivery of the computing resources. So the computing resources may be hardware like servers, storage component, databases, networking component, and softwares also. So it is delivery the hardware and software also. The software is, say, the software may be middleware, maybe a runtime, maybe operating system, and these software and hardware can be used for analyzing your data, and you can get some intelligence over the data, and everything we are doing on internet. So without internet there is no connection between the cloud service provider and the client. So proper and stable internet should be there between the cloud service provider and the client. And this is completely consumption based model. The amount of services which you use, the billing will be done on the particular user services only. So now I am defining the cloud computing is, so the cloud computing is on demand delivery of the computing resources over internet on consumption based model. Okay, on demand delivery means the moment you asked, they are not, the cloud service people will not come to you and they will not market to take their services. So when you feel like this service which I need for my business, for my application, then you are going to get the subscription, and you are logging into your subscription, and you are requesting the service from the cloud service provider. The moment you submit your request, the same moment they are developing your your components, like hardware component, software component, and they are deploying on your subscription. So it is taking around 1 to 2 minutes. So that means on demand delivery. The moment you ask, the same moment you are getting the services. So that is called on demand delivery, and it eliminates the need, it eliminates all the headache, like procuring hardware, software, maintaining them, recruiting the people, procuring the office space, going for the renting, everything they are avoiding. So everything they are looking after. Only thing is, as a business person, you just concentrate on your business goals. That's it. So now I just want to compare the two standard models of business. So one is on the first line is there, this line, this horizontal line is called as cloud service, cloud type business, and this the second line is there, this is called as on-premise business model. Let us consider what is the meaning of on-premise. On-premise means local. So the laptop which we are using, I am using, this is called as on-premise. So this laptop will be used for your business. Okay, then that is called as on-premise hardware. Okay, the cloud hardware means you are requesting the same CPU configuration which you are using now from the cloud service provider. The cloud service provider will give you the hardware, same amount of hardware on the cloud. So then if you are using that particular hardware for your business, then that is called as cloud hardware and cloud software. You can ask the software hardware also. So now I'm just explaining about these two standard models of business. So coming to the cloud software and hardware. The cloud software is delivered by the cloud service provider, and it is hosted on the internet. We already know that without internet, there is no cloud. Okay. So we are having a software which is in the cloud and which can be hosted in the which can be delivered to the client, and no installation is required. Okay, so for that particular software, as a client, you know, no need to install the software. The installation part will be taken care by the cloud service provider, and the cloud service provider handles all the updates and product enhancement, and some notifications will be sent to the clients. So if you are the client, the all the software updates, all the product enhancements will be given to you in the notifications. That work will be done by the cloud service providers only. And the next point is accessibility for broad range of devices. Suppose if you have taken a subscription, so you are going to get your services through on your subscription. So the services you can access either by either through laptop or through your mobile device or through any other electronic gadgets. The only thing is the electronic gadgets need to have some proper and stable internet. If you are providing the internet, you can access your resources which are there in the cloud. Okay, so that means broad range of devices through which you can access your applications. So this is like the cloud business. Okay, now coming to the on-premise business. So on-premise means let us consider one software which is downloaded in your local laptop. So that is only accessible to you only, not even to your colleague. So that is called as on-premise software, which is managed and hosted locally only. So only to a single person and to a single device. Suppose if you are having a mobile and if you are having a laptop, you have downloaded a software from your laptop. So the software is residing in the laptop, but is not available in your mobile also. Even you are the owner for both the devices. So that is called on-premise. The device is limited, the network is limited, and the software is limited to you only. So that is called on-premise software. And now coming to this, if you want to go for installation like of the software, you only manually need to do the installation. And in case of any updates, you need to either the way you purchased the software, the way you downloaded the software. If it is a licensed version, then you need to pay for some amount and you need to get the updates. So all these updates you are downloading and you are installing manually. So you need to have your expertise, or your technical team need to have the expertise to install, and you can use the software after installation. So all these things you need to take care of. And the accessibility, coming to your accessibility to the software. So suppose you went to home and you got one doubt like I want to update, I want to change some data. So after going home from the business, can you do that? Anyone can please tell me, in the on-premise business model, so you are closing your business, you closed your business in the night and you went to home, and you got a doubt like I just want to make some change in my data. Okay, can you do that without going to business, without going to the shop? Can you do that? Please tell me, anyone.
No, no. You have to
No.
be on site.
Yeah, you have to be on site. Yeah, correct, sir. Thank you. So now you need to go to your business center, and you need to on your systems, and you need to update the data. So that means here the software which is there on the local system need to be the accessibility is limited to that particular system only. So which is not always correct. Okay, during like these days, pandemic situations are going to come, and all these situations, it is not always recommended to go and do the changes in the local systems. So if it is available in the online, you can do anything like that. Okay, so this is some of the differences between the standard model and the cloud business model. So now I'm going for the standard architecture for cloud. So in this diagram, so I'm having this front end part. So this business organizations and consumers. So these two blocks I'm calling as front end. Okay, this is front end. And now this large box is there, na rectangular box. I'm calling this as back end. So the front end, you're having the clients. The clients may be a small client. The small client means individual capacity, a person. And a client may be a big client. Big client means it's a business organization. Okay, so maybe a small client, maybe a huge client are requesting some services from the cloud service provider. So this large box is there, na? This rectangular box I'm calling as cloud service provider. Maybe a GCP, maybe Amazon, maybe Microsoft Azure. So these are the people who provide the services to the clients. So now the clients are asking some services
from the cloud service provider over the internet. So you can clearly see without internet between the clients and the cloud service provider, there is no connectivity. So now internet is a medium between the two parties, front end and the back end. So now the particular customers or clients are asking some services from the cloud service providers. So now the cloud service providers are having some these small rectangular boxes are there at the bottom. So these are called as some hardware component. So now they are maintaining some physical machines called as data centers. In these data centers, they are maintaining like servers, networking components, storage component, all the hardware component, all the software component they are maintaining. So let us consider this consumer one. So he's a little like a small client. He's asking 1 GB RAM, 1 GB RAM, and this configuration he's asking from the cloud service provider. But in general, so let us consider the cloud service provider is having one data center. In the data center, the minimum configuration for any physical server is 100 TB. 100 TB. So using this 100 TB, I cannot deliver this 100 TB directly to the consumer number one, client number one. He's asking only 1 GB. So this is his demand. Now what I'm doing is I'm not having 1 GB servers separately. So I'm just dividing this large infrastructure that is 100 TB into small parts. So now I'm using a technology called as virtualization. I'm using the concept like virtualization. It is the technology using which I can create these small chunks of the large resource, and this small chunk which is created after virtualization is given access to the client number one through internet. And using that particular like hardware, he can put some data on the hardware and he can develop some applications and he can deploy this application on the internet. So that is according to his business requirement. So my concept here is I'm having two parties, so like clients, and I'm having the backend party that is called cloud service provider, and they are communicating over the internet. So this is the basic thing which we need to look at in this architecture. So the next concept is virtualization. Virtualization, already we know it is a technology using which we can divide the large infrastructure into small chunks. So because the customer requirements will be varying from one customer to the other customer. If the business customer is there, he is expecting large infrastructure, but a person who is there in the personal capacity, so he is requesting very small services, 1 GB services, 0.5 GB services and all. Even for like small services like 1 GB hardware or 0.5 GB hardware also can be delivered to the clients. So the concept of which useful for delivering the small pieces is called as virtualization. It is dividing the large hardware into small pieces, and each piece will be given access to the clients. Now I want to go for a traditional way of business to the virtualization. Wherever you are saying virtualization, you mean that is a cloud business. Okay, cloud concept. So now in the traditional system, in my traditional business system, okay, this is the conventional business system which we are seeing in our daily life. So let us consider I need three services for my business to run smoothly. So one is mail services. That means if I want to communicate to any my parties like my suppliers, my clients and all, I need one mail service. So this is the mail service. Like suppose say maybe your college is having your own domain name. So like narendra@edunet.com. Okay, that edunet.com is my like my company domain name. So for that is called mail service. Okay, I am maintaining an official mail service for which I need one server, and for my applications to host, so I need one more server, so which is looking after all the web deployments and legacy apps. So other applications I need, okay, the functional apps and all, so I need one more server. Okay, in my traditional, if I want to compete with the cloud business people, so I need minimum of three particular servers, one server for each service. Even though I am not able to use one server for many applications, I cannot use one single server for hosting all the applications, because all the servers are not logically separated. So since if I want to use like all the services in single server, I cannot use. So that is the reason why I need to invest more capex on these hardwares. So even though I know mail services, I'm using only 30% capacity of the server. Even web applications also, I'm using 30% capacity of the second server. Even though I'm wasting so much money on the hardware, I'm not having any other option. So now come to the virtual system, or I can say cloud-based system. So in this cloud-based system, we are requesting some hardware, the same amount of hardware I'm requesting from the cloud service provider. So now using that particular hardware, the cloud service people are providing the isolation between the one service to the other service. So that means you can use the single hardware and you can deploy many services, many applications in the same server, because the server mail and the the application mail and the application legacy apps can be incorporated in the same hardware with some logical separation between the two services. So now if you can see, mail service is using only 30% capacity and legacy apps also using 30% capacity. Even web applications also you can, if you want to have in the same server, you can use it. Okay, so that is how I can reduce the hardware component so that my capex involved will be reduced drastically or exponentially. You can see, so from these two diagrams, I can say 33% of the hardware is minimized. So that means one server I am avoiding. So like this, in real time, you can avoid large chunk of hardware, and we are avoiding large capex when you are going for cloud. So this is the basic difference between traditional business and the cloud-based business. Now coming to the hypervisor. So this is a software. So this, I already told you, virtualization is a technology. And in this technology, I'm defining one software like a hypervisor. A hypervisor is the software which I am using to divide the large hardware into small chunks. Let us consider one simple scenario. Let us consider this VM stands for, I'm calling this as a client number 1. So this VM, client number 2, client number 3, client number 4. And all these are like individual clients. They are small clients. Now this client number 1 is requesting some hardware, okay, from the cloud service provider. Let us consider the hardware is, so we are having 3 types of servers. This is the hardware. So this is nothing but database server. So this is database server. The second server is Windows server. The third server is, let us consider, Linux server. Okay. Now the client number 1 is asking 1 GB and a little portion from the database and a little portion from the Windows server. So now I need to have a particular software or a technology using which I can divide this small portion from the database server and from the Windows server and giving access these two small chunks to client number 1. And same way, client number 2 is also expecting some services. So he is expecting a little component in database and little component from a Linux server. So now this hypervisor is dividing this Linux server and it is dividing this database server, and it is giving small, it is dividing this hardware into small parts, and these parts are given access to the client number 2 and so on. Okay, this is the software which is very much useful for dividing and giving access to the small chunks to the small customers or big customers. So this is called hypervisor. Hypervisor is a software. Now types of virtualization. Virtualization is just nothing but we are making your hardware or your software present in the cloud. So now how many types of virtualizations are there? So you can make your server in the completely in the cloud. So that is called as server virtualization. Server virtualization means you are making your hardware, your server, which is requested from the cloud service provider. If the cloud service provider is giving you the server, that server is not giving you physically, but the server is kept in cloud, and you can connect to the cloud and you can connect to your server and you can do your applications. So that presence of your server in the cloud is called as server virtualization. And data virtualization. Data means database. So suppose if you ask a database service from the cloud service provider, they are providing you the database, but the database is not delivered to the client physically, but that is kept in cloud. So you can access to the database once you log into your subscription. So same way, hardware, all the hardware which you requested will be deployed in the cloud and you can access. That is called as hardware virtualization. Storage component you can kept in cloud. That is called storage virtualization. Networking component you can virtualize. So all the networking component will be kept in the cloud. I can access to the cloud. Okay, all these types are called as all the hardware part. You can virtualize. You can keep it on cloud. So coming to the next slide, this is some key terminologies. So if you want to understand more clearly about the cloud technology, these are the little terms like we need to understand. So The first term is as a service, AAS, as a service. So as a service means whatever be the request you are making to have from the cloud service provider, all these requests I'm calling as a service. So you can request a hardware. So that is called a hardware as a service. You are requesting a software, that is called software as a service. Okay, you are requesting XYZ, that is called XYZ as a service. Whatever be the request, it is coming from the client to the cloud service provider, that we are calling as a service. Now cloud services, all the like after getting the requirement, they are deploying all the demands from the clients to the clients. Okay, so it is the cloud service people are taking the request from the client and deploying some services to the subscription of the clients. So all these called as cloud services. Okay, and cloud native means some of the services are basically working on the cloud only. Without cloud, when you are designing for the first day, the applications are using the cloud services. Without cloud service, there is no application. So let us consider one example. Cloud native means basically it is depends on the cloud. So let us consider Netflix. Netflix, can you access any movie in the Netflix domain, like in the Netflix website, without internet? Can anyone please tell me that? Can you access any movie in the Netflix without internet?
No.
No. So that means we need internet and we need some subscription. Even I'm having internet, I'm not having any cloud subscription for the Netflix, so I cannot access. That means here I need to have subscription to access the Netflix cloud, and I need to have the proper internet, proper and stable internet. So that is called without the cloud, I cannot access any movie. That is called as cloud native application. So it is completely 100%, it depends on the cloud. That is called as cloud native applications. Next one is content delivery network. Content delivery network means, suppose say I am like server. In the server, I kept some data in the last day. So yesterday I kept some data in my database. So that database need to be given access to one of my teammate. My teammate was there in like USA. So I was there in I am in India, and I kept some data, and my teammate who is there in the USA need to download that particular data. So now the cloud service provider need to have a mechanism where this content, the data, need to be transferred from one server to the other server with minimum delay. So minimum delay I'm calling as latency. With some minimum latency, I need to deliver the data from one server to the other server. Why I'm calling one server to other server means, I am at my India, like I am at Hyderabad, suppose say I'm connected to my Azure data center, which is there in Hyderabad. My teammate is there in USA. He's connected to his data center, which is maybe New York data center. So this, from this server to like that particular server, I need to deliver the same data I need to transfer. So the cloud service provider establishing a mechanism where the data will be transferred from this server to that server with latency very low. Okay, that is called content delivery network, multi-tenancy. So in general, what we do is like in your subscription, whenever like a client is requesting some services, he's on the particular subscription, he needs some quota of the services. All the services will be pulled in at one place. So if you want to use particular service, suppose say two different clients are there, both the clients are requesting the same service at the same time. So one person is getting the service, other persons are not getting the service. Okay, so that means here, so if the resource, all the all the services have been over, then the particular client need to wait for some time. Once the already user client is releasing the service, okay, then this particular service can be given access to the particular client who is waiting for this particular service. It is something like this term is called as multi-tenancy. If you want to understand this more in clear, this is like something like a student is there after classes, he's catching the college bus, and he's sitting in one chair, one seat. After getting down at his house, so other student will sit in the same seat. Again, he is using that particular seat, is getting down at his house. So the same resource will be used by, the same seat will be used by many students. So that means the same service will be used by many customers. That term is called as multi-tenancy. And then the next term is scalability. Scalability means, suppose say you are running a server and unexpectedly during festive seasons, so you are expecting more users to hit your server. So that means see, if you are not scaling the hardware, so like you are maintaining in only single software, which is in the normal software, the normal server, so which is used to cater for only 100 users. So if the users are getting more, 200 users are coming. So for 101 to 200 users, you are not giving the connection. So always they are getting timed out and some errors will be they are getting. So in order to, that means I'm losing my users, my business I'm losing. So I want to make their presence also into my business. So I'm just scaling my hardware. So automatically I'm telling the cloud service provider, if I'm getting more users, if the users count is persisting for 5 seconds about this percentage, okay, then always please scale up the resources, hardware. So then if I'm scaling up the hardware, then the users like 101 to 200 users automatically can access to the server number 2. And the 201 customer is coming, then automatically one more server is created, and the 201 to 300, they are accessing the third server number 3, and so on and so forth. So this is called scaling up. Scaling up means when the users are getting more, I'm getting the more hardware. And if the users are getting less during night times, I don't have much business. So now during night times, I don't need this much hardware. If I'm using this much hardware, again, the billing will be done. So in order to reduce the billing, since the traffic, other users are very less in my business, I'm just scaling down my hardware. That is called scalability. So if the scalability means either increasing or decreasing the capacity of the hardware or the number of hardwares. Okay, that is called scalability. Scalability means manually you are requesting the cloud service provider either to increase or to decrease the hardware. Elasticity means like automatical way of increasing or decreasing the hardware depends on the traffic. Okay, that is called elasticity. Elasticity and scalability both are looking like same definition. Scalability means you are increasing or decreasing with like manual requesting to the cloud service provider. Elasticity means you are at the service level agreement itself, you are making this issue like you are keeping this elasticity issue in the SLA. So then they are automatically increasing or decreasing the hardware. So that is called elasticity. Serverless. So all the services need some like hardware, and in general what we see is for running any application we need a server, one client. The client is always requesting the server to do the activity. So here, so that means the large hardware will be there, again capex will be involved, so much things are there. But here all the hardware are serverless, so we don't have any server. Microsoft Azure itself is the server. Under Microsoft Azure subscription, you are having all the hardware, which is not at all required any hardware. So that means your time consumption for running your application will be reduced drastically, and billing also will be reduced drastically. So virtualization, already we have seen virtualization is the technology using which large physical infrastructure is divided into small chunks, and each chunk will be given access to the clients. And these are some of the characteristics for cloud computing. So suppose the first one, broad network access. That means here, so I'm having like I'm having a subscription, cloud subscription, and I requested one hardware from the cloud service provider, and the service providers are given hardware in my subscription. I can access that hardware even I'm in home, or even I'm in office, or even I'm in cinema theater, or even I am in traveling. So that is called broad network access. I can access either from BSN network, or I can access from Airtel network, I can access from any network. So it is not limited to device, it is not limited to network. I can access my services. That is called broad network access. And rapid elasticity, we already seen that you can increase or decrease the hardware according to the requirements that is arising dynamically. Measured service. So this option is measured service means, so the cloud service provider, after deploying the service to the client, they are continuously monitoring the health condition of the service. Okay, if the health condition of the service is not good, automatically they are replacing the unhealthy service and with the healthy services, and they are monitoring all your services for billing. They are monitoring all your services for a number of users who are using the service and their credibilities and their privileges. So everything they are monitoring continuously, and according to that, billing will be done and the administrative mechanism will be done. So this is called measured service. The next one is on-demand self-service. So on-demand self-service means the moment the client requested the service, the same moment they are getting the service done from the cloud service provider. That is called on-demand self-service. Resource pooling. Already we have seen this resource pooling. All the services will be pooled at cloud service provider. The moment the particular client is asking, the same moment is taking one service from the pool and it is giving access to the client, and so on and so forth. That is called resource pooling. Coming to the advantages of the cloud service. So we have lower computer costs. We need not buy the hardware physically. We are only renting the hardware for some time. So that means the renting will be very less when compared to the capex, or in order to buy the new hardware for yourself. So the lower computer costs are there, reduced software costs are there. This software also you are not purchasing. So you all the licensed software will be taken care by the cloud service provider. They are giving us for rent for some time. So this is reduced software costs, unlimited storage capacity. So suppose say if you are having bulk data, so no matter how much data is there, so the servers are scaling up automatically according to your business requirement. When the servers are scaling up, so you can able to keep large amount of data into that particular hardware. So that is called unlimited. For the time being, the cloud technology is having infinite data storage. So you can store any amount of data in cloud, which is there in the internet. So increase the data reliability. Increase the data reliability means like the data which you kept in the cloud, in the resources, will be accessed by you only. So the subscription people only can access the data. So like intruders cannot access the data. So that, and like you can define some privileges. Like you have a one cloud application is there. Like Mahesh mentioned before to start up this seminar, he's going to share one Google Sheet with you all, and you can access the Google Sheet at a time. That Google Sheet is nothing but cloud application. You can all access. That means all people are having equal privileges to access the data, and you can edit the data at once. So that means suppose if you are deleting one of the particular mail ID, so I can easily know that who is the particular person who edit this particular field and this particular who deleted this particular row and all. So that means the data is more reliable when compared to traditional business. Universal information access, already we have seen. So I can access my resources either anywhere, from any device, from any network. Universally, I can access all my resources. Device independence, I can access my resources either through tablet or through PC or through laptop or through mobile. So device is completely independent. So these are some applications of cloud. So using cloud service, I can go for some apps. I can create my own app for my website. Suppose I'm running a website, I can design my own applications for my business. Okay, back on the next service and next application is backup and storage. I'm having I have been running a traditional business for the last 20 years. In this, I'm having a local computer is there, which is having large amount of data about my business. And now I want to change my traditional business to my cloud business. Then all this data, which is very useful in order to understand the business. So I need to transfer this total data, which is there from the last 20 years onto the cloud. So that is called backup and storage. All the data which is related to your business can be backuped, and you can keep it very safely in the cloud using some storage components. So the content delivery network, so you can transfer the data from one server to the other server, so that you can do. So only some businesses will be there using this content delivery network, like Netflix and all. They are delivering the content. The content is there in one server. If you are connecting from any other server from your local data center, so you can see the movies and all. So that is completely on content delivery. And you can create some websites. So you can create your own website. So you can host on your server. So you are requesting some hardware and you are requesting some server, and using that particular server, you can host your business website onto the server. So that is websites, databases also you can integrate, and enterprise IT solution. All the business IT solutions you can able to integrate. Let us consider one example. Enterprise IT solution means I want to book a train ticket. So how to book a train ticket in nowadays? So I need to go to the local station, railway station. I need to fill the application form on the paper, and I need to sign. I need to give the amount, and I need to wait in the queue, and I need to get my service done. But if you are booking, if a provision is there, like you can book online, okay, so then that is called as IT solution. So the service, the cloud service technology, the cloud computing is providing to give these solutions to the business. So these are called as enterprise IT solutions. Okay, so all these things we can, like you can book your gas, you can book your travel, you can book cinema, book my show. All these things we can book. Okay, not by going physically. So these are all different business IT solutions I can provide using cloud computing. The next one is why the business people why all the businesses, all the traditional businesses are migrating to the cloud. So till now what we have discussed, different types of advantages from the cloud. So because of the advantages, all the traditional businesses are now migrating towards the cloud. So that first one is flexibility. Flexibility means already we know that we can access the resources anywhere, from any network, from any device. And this is completely flexible, like 24/7, 365 days, all my services are available, and all the services are completely under pay as you go or consumption based model. So that is the reason number one, why these people are migrating to the cloud. Next one is disaster recovery. In case of natural calamities or man-made calamities, so if your resources are not giving you the service, automatically one DNS server, one algorithm will be run behind the service, all the services. All this DNS algorithm is checking the hello. So this DNS algorithm is checking the health condition for all the services. The health condition is not correct, is not good. Please, some of the faculty are speaking. So can you go on mute, sir? Okay. So if the services for each and every service which is deployed on your subscription, the behind the service, one DNS algorithm will be run, and this is checking for the health condition of the services. If the health condition is not correct, automatically this will be replaced by the duplicates of the service. So this is called as disaster recovery. So the user or the client always getting the services deployed on his subscription. He even not aware of this health condition for the services which he is opting. So automatically this will be done. That is called disaster recovery. Automatic software updates. So once you purchase, once you rent any software, all the updates for the software will be taken care by the cloud service people only. And this is completely pay as you go model. So the amount of services which you are using, the same amount of billing will be done. Increased collaboration. So like what I told, like example for Google Sheets. So we are all the clients, are the stakeholders for this business activity. Let us consider Mahesh shared one Google Sheet, and every one of us can access, and I can edit, I can keep my Outlook mail IDs in the Google Sheet. So that means at a time, many people can access. So that means that is called increased collaboration. All my team members can access on the same data. All my team members can access on the same resources. Then it is called as increased collaboration. So even my team members or my stakeholders are there physically separated a lot. One is there in USA, one is there in Germany, one is there in India. Even then, the physical separation no matters. I can work on the data at a time. And document control, everything, every action which we are carrying out in the service, everything will be documented properly, and with some user stamping and all, user stamping and time stamping, everything they are documenting, and they are billing accordingly. Security, already we have seen, I cannot access your data which is there in your cloud, because for which I need your subscription. Even though I can steal your subscription, even though I can access, I cannot go and see the data, because some privileges are there. Maybe for that particular subscription, the edit option is not there. I can see the data which is there in the service. I cannot edit the data. That is how you can define your own privileges for your clients, your teammates. Some of the teammates can access the data, but they cannot edit the data. That is how you can provide some security. So you can provide some encryption algorithms and everything to ensure the data is highly secure in the cloud. And the location is independent. I can access the resources, I can access the data, I can access my business anywhere from anytime. Like Amazon is running the business 24/7, 365 days. Like it is location independent. I can purchase the product, I can do some business from anywhere. So these are the reasons why the traditional businesses are now coming to cloud businesses. So now I'm going to the important term like deployment models. In cloud computing, we have these types of clouds. Okay, so one is private clouds, community cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. So these are varieties of clouds. So let us consider the first one, private cloud. Private cloud is just nothing but all the services will be deployed under private infrastructure. Let us consider one example like you purchase one hardware like a server and you deployed some softwares in your server. That is called on-premise. So that cannot be accessed by other people, even your colleague also, he cannot access. So that server is limited to you only. In the same way, if a single firm is there, single business firm is there, they are deploying all the services on their business like cloud. So then it is called as private cloud. So this once the private cloud is established, all the services can be accessible by the employees of that particular organization. I cannot access from other side out of my business. So that is called as private architecture. In this private cloud, all the services I can access. Okay, but it is having a lot of cost since you are having like your ownership more. So that means you can only the people as an employee, your employees only can access the resources. Outside employees cannot access the resources. That means ownership is highest. 100% ownership you are having. So for which you need to pay very huge amounts. So let us consider one simple scenario to understand what is different clouds, private, public, and community cloud. So I'll give you one example. I want to go home from my college to my home. So it is there 1 kilometer apart, my home and my college. So I can go in multiple ways. I can catch. I can catch my college bus. I can go to my home. So in the college bus, many people will be there. That means here I am sharing the resources with all the public. Then that is called as public cloud. Suppose say if I purchase a BMW car and I can go to home alone. So then the amount of investment I'm keeping in this service is huge, but the ownership is more, the security is more. So that is called private cloud. Okay, and suppose say I am hiring a Ola cab. So in the Ola cab, there are two persons who are sitting. I just want to go, and the other second person is there besides my home. He also want to start from the same boarding point and want to get down at the same ending point. So now I'm getting together and I'm telling the cab driver that we are sharing the bill. So we'll accept. So that is called community cloud. Okay. So let us see community cloud. So this is community cloud. So in the private cloud, the ownership is highest. Whatever you want to do, you can do with the services. That is called 100% ownership. But sometimes like before explaining the community cloud, I just want to go for public cloud. Public cloud is just nothing but like every public can have the equal ownership on the resources. Let us consider a Gmail. I want to create a Gmail. So I can create Gmail by going to the server, Google server. You also can create the Gmail, and anybody in the universe can create the Gmail once he interested. So that means here we are connecting to the same server and we are using the resources which are given to the public cloud. So on the public infrastructure, on the public internet, they are providing the services and we can use the services for our applications. So like Gmail, Outlook Mail, and everything. Okay. So then that amount of cost will be shared among huge public. So that is the reason why in all day-to-day applications, all the services which we are accessing from the public internet, all are almost reduced cost, almost zero. So like Gmail is charging us zero. Outlook Mail is charging us zero. So many applications are there which is charging around very minimal fee or zero fee. So they are sharing the particular cloud with all the people. That is the technology. So this is called public cloud. In this public cloud, all the services will be deployed. That is for sure. But if I want to change, like if I want I am using a public service like a Gmail. So I have created a Gmail and I want to change the logo of the Gmail. Can I change the logo of the Gmail according to my application? In place of Gmail, I need to have Narendra Mail. Can I change any using any of the methods? Please, anyone, please tell me. Here my application is I want to change Gmail logo to my own logo. So can I change it? Anybody? Please unmute yourself and please tell me that. Hello. Yes, sir. Yes.
No, we
Michelle.
cannot.
We cannot, right? So we cannot change like google.com. The symbol will be there. I cannot change. So that means this is public cloud. We are having limited ownership. We cannot change whatever you want. The limited ownership is there. Only within the limited ownership we can do all our applications. So what is the interesting feature of the public cloud means the amount of like investment which we are keeping on procuring the services will be very less or zero. So that is the only thing. So the ownership is almost limited. We cannot change. So now I'm having one application where I need to have some services which are like which are only closer to me. I can access my resources. The ownership should be highest and the amount of investment should be less. I need some services with highest ownership and the lowest amount. So now that I cannot provide for the time being. I cannot provide this particular requirement with highest ownership and the lowest cost. So then the cloud service people cannot provide that particular requirement to single customer. So what they are telling is, if many users are there like you, having the same service, requesting the same service with highest ownership and the lowest amount, then I can provide you all on community cloud. So I can provide all the highest ownership and the lowest amount for you all people. So I cannot provide for a single. So then I need to bring all my clients who are having similar interest. So then that particular cloud is called as community cloud. Anyhow, this is obsolete. We are not using this community cloud nowadays. On this public cloud already we might be knowing. So public cloud means all the infrastructure, all the services are available on the public internet. So the limited ownership is there and the amount of investment is will be almost less, almost zero. Hybrid cloud. So suppose say I am running a particular business, cloud business I am running, in which I'm having 5 different applications. I need to run my 5 different applications. One is web service. I want to deploy one website and I need to have one database. I need to have other service XYZ. So I'm running I'm in need of 5 different services from the cloud. So now I'm going for the I'm going for like private cloud, some features I'm taking. One service I'm taking from public cloud, one service I'm taking from private cloud. I'm integrating all these services in my business. Then the particular service is called as hybrid cloud. So now coming to service models. So these are the service models. So the client is requesting some service from the cloud service provider and he's providing the service to the client. So through a model. So that model is called as infrastructure as a service. This is called as IaaS. Platform as a service. This is called as PaaS. Software as a service. That is called SaaS. So coming to service models like infrastructure as a service. So in this infrastructure, the client is asking, the client is delivered only the hardware part of the application. So the remaining thing except hardware, the cloud service provider cannot provide anything. So for running any application, okay. So what we need, so I'll just quickly go and show you the diagram here, the service models here. I'm just comparing all the services. So see here. So the first column. So all blocks are in blue color. You look at this blue color. So now I want to run one application. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I need some hardware. Okay, to run my application. The hardware may be in terms of servers. Servers. The hardware may be in terms of storage component or maybe in terms of networking component. So I need this hardware to run my application. So after that, some virtualization I need. Virtualization will divide these hardware into small pieces. I can use the small pieces for many running many applications. So that means I need some virtualization concept. I need some operating systems. That means software concept. Like a software component is nothing but runtime softwares are there, middlewares are there, operating systems are there. So I need some operating systems, some middleware, some runtime softwares. Middleware means from like if you want to convert high level language to low level language, we need some compilers, interpreters. So I'm calling them as middlewares. And we are having some runtime applications, some runtime software. Runtime software means these are the software which is used for running your business, like SAP, like Power BI, like Oracle. So these are the softwares which is useful for running your applications. So after having server like hardware and software, I need to give some data about my business. Okay, suppose if I want to purchase any pen in my Amazon, so I need to have the data. I need to place the particular pen is available with the Amazon in my website. So that is called data. Data should be there, and I need to run the application then only. Okay, so all these things are needed to run any application. So suppose say if you look at the IaaS, infrastructure as a service, the second line, the second column, if you see this, so here the cloud service people are providing only the hardware part. You can see here server they are providing. Okay, storage component they are providing, hardware component they are providing, all the hardware component they are providing. Okay, so then that is called as infrastructure as a service. Suppose say, so if you are taking the infrastructure as a service from the cloud service provider, the client it should be in a position where he need to install his own software, his business software he need to install, and he need to look after the updates, and he need to keep the data, and he need to run the application for himself. So that knowledge he need to have. Otherwise, you cannot run your application. So that is the problem with the infrastructure as a service. Okay. So now I'm going for platform as a service. In this platform as a service, all the hardware like server, storage component, networking component, they are the cloud service provider are providing. And besides that, they are providing the all the softwares also, like operating systems, middlewares, and runtime. All the softwares also they are providing. So the only part from the client side is they need to keep the business data and they need to run the applications. So this model of business is called as platform as a service. Now, so we are going for software as a service. Software as a service means, so these are the people who are not involving in any of the applications, like all the like they want to run the application, they want to do the business, but they don't want to waste the time in creating the hardware, software, applications. Okay, now they are requesting everything from the cloud service providers. So the cloud service provider are providing the hardware, the software, the data, and they are building the applications too. So finally, they are developing the application, giving the application to the business people, and they are running the applications. So they are taking care of everything in the back end. So that type of delivery model I'm calling as software as a service. Quite opposite to this software as a service, if everything is taken care by the client only. If the everything is taken care by the client only, like hardware they are taking care of, software they are taking care of, data, applications they are building, they are running. So then that is called as on-premise business. Already we have seen on-premise business, we need to purchase everything, which is involving lot of capex, lot of manpower, lot of time, everything is there, and where sometimes we are missing the focus on the business. So that is the reason why there are three delivery models: IaaS, PaaS, and software as a service. So according to the amount of request you are making with the cloud service provider, that amount of billing will be done accordingly. Okay. So I think you are familiar with this service models, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. So now there is a new term coming always in the cloud technology nowadays. This is called anything as a service. So besides in the conventional IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, we are having anything we can request. So because every day the business are getting more and more to the cloud, so the cloud people are generating many applications and many services they are providing for catering the business requirements from the clients. So then I can request anything, like I can request business process as a service. So that is called BPaaS, storage as a service, okay, security as a service, database as a service, and so on and so forth. So these types of special services I can request from the cloud service provider, then that is called as anything as a service. Whatever we have seen like IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, these are conventional. And nowadays the requirement is changing from the client side. So they are providing many services from the cloud service provider. So these are called as anything as a service. You can request anything. And these are the market trends. Since every traditional business is migrating towards the cloud, so there is a huge market trending is there, like market market revenue is going on increasing in terms of cloud business. So in 2020 you can see 371.4 US billion dollars business was happened, and now it is expected to 832.1 US billion dollars by 2024 with a CAGR of 14.2% CAGR. So whenever the CAGR is more than 6 or more than 7%, it is a huge potential market. So 14.2% CAGR means it's a huge potential is there in this cloud business. So now they are expecting with a, like from 2020 to 2025, they are expecting with a CAGR of 17.5. So maybe we can catch this 17.5% also in the near future. Let us hope for that. So when you are going to get this much potential in the cloud business, can we participate as a faculty, as a student? Can we participate? Can I get a job in the cloud market? Yes, you can go and have your share in your cloud business. You can see here from 2021 to 2030 how this cloud business is getting its revenue more and more. You can see here. So every time you are getting, it's almost like exponential curve. You can see all faculty members, if you see the locus of these points, so this is like an exponential growth. So that is a lot of potential is there in the coming future. So if your potential is there, can I take any job in this cloud computing? Yes, there are millions of jobs going to come because every traditional business is coming to the cloud. So there is a possibility that if you know the technology, if your student is knowing the technology properly, then these are the different job designations, and you can enter the job market as a cloud architect or else a security architect, DevOps engineer, everything like a data architect. So for which we need to have some services knowledge, how to deploy the services, how to manage, how to develop the services and all. So then you can take participation in these jobs. And the cloud, already we know that the cloud is providing highest security by various means, like they are providing data encryption, they are providing access to limited users, they are not providing the access to other users even though they are having subscription and all. So this is how these many ways they are using to provide the security for your data which is there in the cloud. So coming to the Azure global infrastructure. So the Azure, Microsoft Azure, in 2020, they have established 200 data centers. Data centers is the physical centers where they are having all the hardware, all the software. They are maintaining in a particular office. Okay, so that office, that data center will be there. 200 data centers are there globally. Okay, so then that is the combination of all the data centers globally. So then that is called as the global infrastructure, the global footprint of the Azure. So the data centers will be of this one. So the basic purpose of the data center is to provide the security, and the size of this data center is around 500 to 5,000 square meters building, and it is having the power requirement from 1 megawatt to 20 megawatts. And this is the function of any data center. You need to provide the power, cooling, shelter, security. Okay, these are the primary responsibilities of any data center. And the data center, like so if you want to understand the global architecture of the Azure, so at the outset and the top we are having a geography. So all the countries will be divided into so many regions, and a geographical region is defined as the collection of many regions. Like geography is defined as collection of 2 or more regions. So where I'm having the data centers, if I'm collecting all these 2 or more regions, I'm calling as geography. So I can deploy, I can ask the cloud service provider to have one service deployed in geographical region. So that you can ask. And other way, the region is there. Below this geography, regions are maintained. So the regions are the places where we are collecting 2 or more data centers into together. So that is called as region. I can ask my service to deploy in my given region. So that also I can ask. All the data centers in a given region are interconnected and interconnected to have low latency. And I'm having another term like availability zone. Availability zone is exactly equal to the region. So where I'm having availability zone means the availability zone is made in terms of the data centers. So I'm taking few data centers and making availability zone. If the availability zone means the latency is the lowest from any of the data center, that is called availability zone. I can deploy my service in the availability zones also. Now, what is Microsoft Azure? Microsoft Azure is a cloud computing technology which is provided by the Microsoft through some website. Okay, so in order to give you the freedom from your business hectic, so they are providing all the hardware, the software, all the services they are providing which are required for your running the business smoothly. And these are some key characteristics for Azure. So all the services which we are requesting from the Azure are highly available. So you can ask minimum availability is 90% and the maximum availability is 100%. And according to the availability, the billing will be done. So this availability we need to request at the day one only. So when you are keeping MOU in terms of SLAs, service level agreement, we need to write an agreement. So I need this much availability for this service. You need to keep in mind that so all the services will not give the same amount of availability. For services, few services, the availability is 90%. For few services, the availability is 98%, and so on and so forth. Scalability, already we have seen increasing or decreasing the hardware resources automatically or manually. So automatically means elasticity, manually means scalability. Agility, the moment you ask, the moment they are deploying the services at your subscription, the amount of time taken will be least. That is the user expectation. All these things will be comes under agility, the speed with which the services will be deployed on your subscription. Geo distribution, I can deploy all my services in my geographical region. I can deploy locally, I can deploy my services geographically. Okay, so that is what geo distribution, that is the optional one. So you can opt geo distribution, or else you can opt only locally redundancy scheme. So disaster recovery, I can get all my services seamlessly, even though disasters comes and hurt the normal situation. So fault tolerant, even the hardware is not functioning, software is not functioning, even then I can get the seamless services 24/7, 365 days. That is called as fault tolerance. So these characteristics can be obtained from the Azure, Microsoft Azure cloud computing technology. So now what is Microsoft Azure portal? So Azure portal is a website, web-based unified console where they are maintaining all the services. 200 plus services are available as of now. All these 200 services, maybe some services related to hardware, some services related to software, some services may be related to combination of both hardware and software. So you can request any services from single place. That is called this website. So the website is nothing but www.portal.azure.com. So what is a marketplace here? So Azure Marketplace is a place where some services will be from like out of 200 services, some services will be from Microsoft Azure, and some services will be from other vendors, like third-party vendors. Like if you are having the expertise, you can design your own application. You can ask Microsoft Azure people to deploy your application onto their portal.azure.com website as a service. So if I use your service, you are going to get the billing. You are going to get the amount. Okay, so like that, all other third-party members are deploying their applications in the Microsoft Azure portal. Then that is called as marketplace. In this marketplace, both the services, third-party services are available, and native services are also available from the Microsoft Azure. And I can access all my resources. I can create my resources using two approaches. So I can go for GUI application, like whatever you are seeing on the top. So this is GUI. So graphical user interface, it is quite useful for any client to have to request any service from the Microsoft Azure. Or else I can, if I'm good at scripting, so I can go either PowerShell or command line interface. So in this command line interface or PowerShell, I can request all the services in this. So here I'm writing so many coding lines, and I can request, I can maintain, I can deploy all the services according to my business requirement. Now I am going to the activity part, and in this activity part, I need to log into this portal, portal.azure.com. So this is what in this portal, we need to give some subscription details like your mail ID and password. Then only you are going to see this particular screen. So this is the screen, or this is the home page where we are all accessing the services. For the coming 4 days, we are going to request so many services from this page only. So this page, if you want to access this page from the Azure portal, you need to have the subscription. For this subscription, Mahesh is asking your Outlook mail IDs. So we'll go and have this particular thing now.
Okay,
Mahesh?
Narendra, I think we should take 10 minutes break and then we can start the practical part of Microsoft Azure. And I think all the theory is being completed, right?
Yes, Mahesh, all the theory completed.
Okay, yes. So faculties, this is the dashboard, what you are seeing at your screen. So after getting subscription, so please check the remark which I have sent in this Google Sheet also. If in front of your Outlook ID, there is a remark of invitation sent and subscription is been added, then you need to check your Outlook cost. And if you are getting some invitation mail on your Outlook ID, you need to accept that invitation mail. And after accepting that invitation mail, you need to log into your portal.azure.com, where you will be finding such kind of screen, what Narendra is showing to us. So after getting this screen, you will be searching for subscription in the search bar. Narendra, can you please explain the how to search a subscription?
Yes, Mahesh. Yes. So after logging into portal.azure.com, after getting the proper credentials, you are going to log in that, and you can see this window. So in this, you can go and click on this. Okay. So this like symbol, your mail ID here, and you can see switch directory. You can just click on this switch directory, and you can see here Edunet. You can see Edunet Foundation. So if you are having Edunet Foundation, which is in current subscription, then you can use this particular portal.azure.com for requesting any service from the cloud. Mahesh?
Yes, Narendra. I think we
Yeah.
should take 10 minutes of break, then we can move to the practical part.
Yeah,
Yes,
Magesh,
yes.
before we take the break, I'll just talk about the LMS and then we can
Yes.
take a break. Is it fine? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sure.
Good. So, participant, again, this is Saswathan from Edunet Foundation. I had a discussion in the morning with all the faculty about this introduction about this program as well as the LMS. And during the time also, I informed like the attendance needs to be marked on the LMS, and this is a it's like self attendance. You have to mark your own attendance. So for that, we can take 5 to 10 minutes now just to see like how to register and also how to mark my attendance. We already see how to register. Narendra, is your screen shared? If yes, like can you also stop sharing your screen, please?
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
so much. Yeah. So again, we can talk about this LMS registration and also how to mark our attendance. Okay. And again, participant, Azure subscription is completely different and LMS registration is completely different. So please don't get confused with both the things. And now, so far, Narendra and Magesh was discussing with all of you about the Azure subscription. Now, for next 10 minutes, we will talk about the LMS registration, and then we can have a 10 to 15 minutes of break, and then you can also have a practical session on this Azure. So now I'll quickly share my screen, but before to that, just give me a minute. Yeah. So I quickly share my screen. I'm sorry. Yeah, I hope like my screen is visible. This is our WhatsApp group. This is basically like batch 12, and we have already completed batch 11 batches, and this is 12th batch. And in this, like a few days back, 1 or 2 days back, I have mentioned a link and I have requested to register on the LMS. And almost like 100 participants have already registered, but still once again, I'll also take you through how to register on the LMS. So once you click the link, you will be automatically directed to this particular page. Once you come to this page, please don't go to this register tab. You just need to you just scroll down fill up this basic question, fill up this applications form or basic informations, and scroll down, and there will be a baseline impact. Again, we ask this same set of questions during the beginning of the training program as well as at the end of the training program. The purpose is we just want to understand the impact of our training program. So what we do, we conduct this baseline impact as well as the endline impact, where the questions will remain the same, but only the timing will be different. This baseline impact will be asked in the beginning of the training program, and endline impact will be at the end of the training program, and the questions will remain the same. So now, as part of the registration form, you also need to fill this baseline impact. You just fill all these questions, scroll down, and you have to self-declare and then submit this. Okay. So once you submit, now you will be having a question how to access this. Okay. So please, I request all your attention now. I'm going to talk about how to access these elements. Okay. So now you can use the same link to login also. I hope like my screen is visible to all of you. Here you can see there is a button called login. Okay. You can use the same link. There is no different link to login. You have to use the same link. So you have to click this login. Once you click this login, you will get a login page. Okay. So what you have to do in the login page, your username will be your email ID. Okay. So you have mentioned one email ID during your registration. So you have to use the same email ID. So for example, I'm taking my email ID as an example. Okay. And the password for the beginners for the first time, the default password is test@1234. All of you needs to use the same password, which I'll put it in the chat box also. Test@1234. This is the LMS password. Again, only for the first time. This is the default password. Okay. So you can use this, and T is the capital T, TEST@1234. So please don't log in now. Please listen to this session now, and then you can log in. And I'm using the default password test@1234, and I'm logging in. So for the first time when I log in, it will also ask to reset my password, because like this is the default password. If you want to continue with the default password, you can also do that. Or if you want to change the password also, we can do that. For example, my current password is test@1234, and now I'm changing this password. Okay. So I have changed my password. So I have reset my password. Now I can access it. So now you can see there are 4 options are available at the left hand side. One is dashboard, assessment, study material, and self-attendance. So we will not talk about the study material now. We will talk about the study materials at the end of the today's training program, or around like 1 o'clock, we'll talk about the study material. What is this? But now we will talk about the self-attendance. As I mentioned earlier, this is going to be a self-attendance. For all these 5 days, you have to mark your attendance in the LMS itself. On the LMS itself. So once you go to this self-attendance, okay, you can see, so you can see like all these 5 dates, right? 29, 30, 31st, 1st, and 2nd. This is basically our training dates. And you can also see under 29, that is today, it is mentioned as absent for me. And also if you see at the top, it is mentioned your attendance is not marked for today. Please click the button below to mark your attendance. So what I have to do now, I have to click this button, mark me present. So once I click that, I'll also get a notification saying like your attendance is marked successfully. And you can also see the absent has changed to present, P. And this mark me present option will get disappeared automatically. So now this will not available. Only the next day, if you open your LMS tomorrow, again, it will mention absent here, and there will be a button called mark me present. You have to just click that. Once you click that, automatically you can see you are present here. And one thing is like you cannot mark your attendance for either for tomorrow or for yesterday also. You can mark your attendance only for today. Okay. And kindly take your time today to mark your attendance even till 6 or 7 o'clock, it's fine. But from tomorrow onwards, we will consider the attendance which is marked from 9:30 to 1:30. If you're marking your attendance before 9:30 or after 1:30, we will not consider that as a present, even though the present will visible here, we will not consider that. Okay, so this is the attendance process we have to follow. This is a self-attendance. And even if you ask me, if any participant wants me to mark your attendance, we can't do that. I am not having an access to any of your attendance. Only you can mark your attendance. So please ensure you are marking your attendance on a daily basis. So now we can also say, it's very easy without attending my session. Also, I can mark my, without attending the session, I can also mark my presence because like it is on the LMS. Just to avoid this, what we are going to do now, I'll just give me 1 minute time. I'll also tell you how do we monitor our attendance. Okay, just 1 minute time. So now I will share my screen and I'll also tell you, we usually get an attendance from the MS team also. After closing every meeting, the MS team generates the attendance with the name as well as the number of hours you are spending. For example, if I'm spending like only 1 hour out of this 4 hour, it is clearly mentioned like I am present only for 1 hour. So I'll tell you like what kind of attendance. I hope like you can see my screen. This is one of the group. I'm just giving you this as an example. After you can see like there is an attendance. So this is the report which was generally generated by the MS team. So every day after this meeting, after the training program, I get this report from the MS team, which also mention the name as well as the number of hours you are attending. So we will also from the backend we will also cross check this attendance from your LMS with the MS team. But one point I would like to clarify here is we will not consider MS team attendance as a basic attendance. For us, LMS attendance is the primary source. Imagine like if Saswathan is mentioned 5 days of present, then we will take this information to cross check with the MS team attendance. But otherwise, imagine like if you're not marking your attendance on the LMS, but still if you're attending your 5 days of classes and in the MS team attendance, your name is there, but still we will not consider that because our primary source is LMS. And we also generate this report and we also submit this report to multiple stakeholders like AICT or other people. We usually use this LMS as a report only. LMS data only as a report. So LMS attendance is the primary. In case if you don't have an LMS attendance, then again, I'm sorry to say this, it's not possible for us to give the certificate. And the second one is, if you're having an attendance, but if you're not coming to the classes regularly, or if you're not attending the sessions regularly, and if your name is not available in the MS team report, again, it would be challenging for us to give the certificate. So please ensure you're attending the classes every day and also marking your attendance using the LMS. So that's it about this LMS. And in case if you find like, if you feel like did my registration is got approved, what I can do in a few minutes in our WhatsApp group, I'll put a list of people. This list of people, LMS registration is approved. It's almost like 120 people are there. All these 120 people registrations are approved. In case if you feel like, oh, I forgot my mail ID, I don't know what mail ID I used for the registration, no problem. I will also mention your mail ID in the list. So I'll be pasting a link pasting a sheet in the WhatsApp group, which has a list of people name, faculty name, as well as their email ID. So this is basically the people who have registered on the LMS, and we have also approved your registration. So you can use your default password. So now, in case if you have not registered yet and you're going to register now, no problem. Give us time till 1 o'clock. If you want to do registration, do the registration. We will approve all your registration at 1 o'clock, and you can also start using your LMS after 1. So that's it about LMS attendance. If you have any questions on LMS, feel free. We can take your questions for next 2 to 3 minutes, and then we can have a break. Any questions on LMS?
Sir, can you tell us how to log in with LMS, the information once again?
Yes, sir.
Due to some interruption
no
with
problem.
the network, it was difficult to get the information.
I'll tell you. I would like all of you have your LMS registration link. So LMS registration link wait, sir. I think there was one question. I'll just sort out this question. LMS registration link is already shared. And on the WhatsApp group, you can also take it from the WhatsApp group. Yeah. So Sab was asking how to log in again. So this is the link. Can all of you mute yourself? I can also do that.
Hello.
Sir,
Hello.
wait, sir.
Sir, can you
Sir, wait,
please
sir,
tell once again how to mark the attendance on LMS?
Yes, I'm doing that, sir. I'm doing that. So again, see, this is the registration link which we already shared in the WhatsApp group. Okay, see, I'm also showing you the WhatsApp group. In this WhatsApp group, I already shared the LMS registration link. Okay, you have to just click that. And I also informed you how to do the registration. Now you all are aware of the registration process. So you have to use the same link to log in also. Here you can see there is a login button, right? So just click the login button and you will get a login page. So you have to put your email ID. I'm just mentioning my email ID. Okay. And for the first time, the password is test@1234, which I already mentioned in the chat box. But again, I can also mention that in the chat box for your reference. So the first time users, the default LMS password is test@1234. Okay. You have to use that. See, I am going to use this password test. Sorry, I have changed that. Okay. Okay. So for the first time users, you have to use that test@1234, and there will be option. It will be asking like reset your password. Since like it's a default password, you can also reset your password. Once you reset your password, in the left hand side, you can see there is an option called self attendance. Once you open that, here there will be an option called mark me present, which is not visible now because I have already marked my present. I mean, mark my attendance. So what you have to do, you have to just click that mark my present option, and then automatically you can see present option against this date. Likewise, you have to do it on every day. For example, you cannot do it for tomorrow, or you cannot do it for yesterday also. You have to do it for every day. Every day you have to open your LMS and mark your attendance. And from the backend, we will also check your attendance with the MS Team attendance. Okay, I hope like this clarify all your doubts.
Sir,
If you have not
sir,
yeah.
as on you have given the mail, the WhatsApp information we have registered, but once again it is asking for registration. What we should do?
No, but why do you need to do the registration once again, sir? If you're already done with the registration, you can go to the login directly, sir.
But when we go,
I'll just mute all of them and then you can unmute, sir. Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Sir, can you send the link on how to go to the LMS? Sir, we have already registered on LMS, but
Okay.
it is telling to register again. Can you send the link for going on LMS?
Sir, I can also send you the LMS registration once again in the WhatsApp group. You can also take that. But again, my question is, sir, if you're already registered, I don't know why it is asking you to register, because it will not ask you to register. You have to go directly to the login only. But once again, I can also put the registration link in the WhatsApp group. I'll also put you the list of faculty member whose registration is already approved. If you're just doing the registration now, give us time till 1 o'clock. Your registration will be approved at 1 o'clock, and then you can mark your attendance. And with this,
sure.
I'm handing over the session to Narendra and Magesh. Magesh, if you want, you can start your break. Yeah, I'll once again talk about this LMS at 1 o'clock once again. But over to both of you.
Sir, we already did the registration, sir. But also we are not. It's asking once again to register, sir.
Sir, I am not able to understand your question because.
Sir, please go to the login option and you can log in there, sir. You even like if you have registered, there is a tab where you can log in. Please go and log in there.
Sir, don't worry. Maybe we can take this question at 1 o'clock also. Don't worry, sir. Don't get panic. We will definitely sort all your questions. And if needed, we can also connect separately 2:30 also to solve your queries. But since now, I'll mute all of you. Yeah. So now we can take for. I got. So Magesh, Narendra, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Narendra, do you normally put this timer on the screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So faculty, now we can start the break. Again, don't get panic if you're not able to log in. We are here to help you out. Again, I'm going to connect with you at 1 o'clock. I'll also understand what is your challenge, and then I'll also fix it. Or not, if not possible at 1 o'clock, we can again connect separately, and then we will definitely sort out your issue, because you all need to mark your attendance today if you're attending your session. So with this, we can start our break, and Narendra, please put this timer on so that like they also know at what time they have to join back.
Mahesh?
Yes, Narendra.
Yeah, okay. Break was over.
Yes, we should start, Narendra. You can start introduction of Azure portal. Meanwhile, I'm
Oh.
adding faculties
Okay,
to the subscription. Almost 50 faculties are been added to the Azure
okay,
subscription.
okay,
Some of them are still providing their Outlook ID.
okay. So all the faculty members, welcome back. So now we are going to see the Azure portal here. So this is my Azure portal. You can see here, I'm just closing this. I'll start from the scratch. I'm just closing this. Okay. This is my Outlook mail ID. Okay. So I'm just clicking on a new browser. Here I'm typing portal.azure.com. You can see here portal.azure.com. You just remember this URL. So this is the URL which we are using for entering inside the Azure portal. So portal.azure.com, enter. So it is asking us the subscription details. So I'm just clicking on use a different account. So now here I'm providing my Outlook mail ID. So this is my Outlook mail ID. So now I can see this is the home page for Microsoft Azure. Yeah, this is the home page for Microsoft Azure. So using this page only, we can request any service what we want. So whatever be the service which you want, you just type it here in the text box. Okay, so you can get the service here. Let us consider I need suppose say SQL database, SQL database. When I'm typing SQL database, see here all the matchings, all matchings will be displayed here. Okay, so the matchings can be divided into two groups. So one is under services tab. So under services tab, SQL databases are there, SQL servers are there, and say so on and so forth. And under marketplace also you are having same SQL database is there. So this is also SQL database and this is also SQL database. While I'm explaining the theory, I told this point like some services are native services from the Microsoft Azure. So these are the native services. These are what are be the services they are providing under services tab. So let us see under services tab, whatever the services they are providing, these are all the native services. These are the services developed by Microsoft Azure. And this is marketplace. So these are the services developed by many parties like third parties. So always don't go and select under marketplace. Always you go for services which are under this services tab. So these are the native services. Okay, so these are efficient, but we don't know the functionality of this. So that is the reason why I always select any service under services tab. This is one thing. So now I need to go for SQL database. So I need to give so many details for this SQL database, like my subscription details I need to give. So everything I need to give. So I can keep. So once the service is deployed, so where I'm keeping this service, let us consider I need 5 services for my business. So I can select this as my service number 1. Okay, databases. And I can select second service, third service, fourth and fifth services, where I'm keeping all these services in a common place. So that common place I'm calling as resource group. Okay, so just go for resource group here. So in the text box, first you type resource groups. So I'm just typing here RESOU resource groups. Okay, so you can see here under marketplace also resource groups are available. Under services tab also resource groups are available. So I am selecting this as my resource groups. So this resource group is just nothing but a folder like thing. In cloud, folder is called as resource group. So resource group is a logical container where I'm keeping all the services in my subscription. That's it. In folder we are keeping all different files. Na? So the same way in cloud,
So we are keeping all the different services which are useful for my business in one common place. That common place I'm calling as logical container. That logical container is nothing but the resource group. So just select the resource groups under services tab. Just select this, clicking on that. So this is the same, whatever be the procedure I am demonstrating here, the same procedure will be there for any resource, any resource. So see here, I am in resource groups page. You can see here, I am in a resource groups page. So in this resource group, already 4 resources are already created. One resource group name is, this is the symbol for resource group. Okay, a diamond in square brackets, something like that. And this is resource group name 1. This is FDP12 underscore day 1. So this is the resource group which I have created in the morning, and we all deploying all of the services in this group only. So this is our mother resource group. Okay, don't create one more resource group from your end. So always we are all using, all our 100 members are using the same resource group, and we are using this resource group for deploying all the services. And this is one more resource group, and this is one more resource group. Okay, so suppose say I want to create a one like storage account. Let us consider storage account is my service name. Okay, let us open my notepad. I'll explain it a little clear. I'm just going for my notepad. So this is my notepad. So here the first service I need is storage account. Storage account is the service name. I'll write this also. So my first service name for my business or for any business is, the first service is storage account. Now, what is the meaning of storage account? Storage account means, so we are running a business, okay, a local business. We are running a local business where we are having the data, locally. So that means you in your laptop, you are having so much data about your business, which is not accessible by any other person. Now I want to keep this data which is accessible to all the people who want to do some business with my account, like in my business. Okay, if they want to purchase any pen, so they can do in my business. Okay, so I am having a local data which is there in my laptop. So when I want to move my business from traditional business to I am changing my business from traditional business to cloud business. Okay, so now first thing is I need to send all the data which is there in the traditional business to the cloud. So now which service I need to have? So in order to move all my traditional data which is there in my laptop to the cloud, so that particular service which is useful for holding the data about your business is nothing but storage account. So now I'm creating the storage account for which I need to give so many details. So to create the storage account, the first thing is for any service, if you want to create, first thing is you need to have the subscription. So you need to have the subscription for the Microsoft Azure. So the subscription will be provided by Mahesh. Mahesh is working on that only in the backend. So you are all going to get within 10 minutes, you are all going to get the subscription. So user ID, some password will be given. And using this subscription, you are going to log into portal.azure.com. So this is the portal.azure.com. This is the web page, and you are going to log into this. The first thing is I want to go to the home page. So click on this Microsoft Azure. Anytime if you want to get back to the home page, just click on this Microsoft Azure name, or else click on these 3 dots and then click on home. I always prefer clicking on Microsoft Azure. Okay, so there is a search box here. Now I am going for deploying the first resource. So the first resource is storage account. Just I'm typing storage account. Just type the name storage accounts. So you can see like storage accounts. This is the symbol. Storage browser, storage movers, storage accounts, classic, everything. Like under marketplace also storage account is there. I always prefer the service which comes under services only, native services from the Microsoft. So just I'm selecting this storage account. So click on this. So the storage account service has been taken. So you can see I am in storage accounts page. I mean storage account space. So using this particular service, I want to deploy my local data into this particular service. So this service will be there in the cloud. So once the data is available in the cloud, I can access the data from any device from anywhere. Okay, that is my advantage. Global accessibility will be there for the storage accounts. Okay, now, so in this storage account, do you find any resources created already? Zero records are there. So that means no storage accounts have been created yet. So now I want to create one storage account for myself. And similar way, you need to create one storage account for yourself for practice. So now I'm clicking on plus. So to create a new storage account, just click on this plus. That means plus means create. So now it is going for the creation page, storage account creation page. So you can see create a storage account. So this is the page. So here there are many tabs are there. You can see clearly basics tab are there. In this basics tab, you need to give your subscription details, your resource group details, your storage account name, the region in which you are deploying the service, the performance, redundancy options, so on, so forth. So this is under basics tab. Similarly, you need to give some details regarding advanced tab, networking tab, and similarly data protection tab, encryption tag, tags, and finally review. Okay, so now I am going to the basics tab. I am going to the basics tab. Here what I'm doing is my subscription. Once you logged into your credentials, by default the subscription should be Edunet. So here every service need to have this subscription by default. So this is my subscription. Okay, and I need to select my resource group name. For already I have created one resource group. So that resource group name is, so just click on this name box and you can see all the possible resource groups. Okay, so just I'm selecting FDP12 underscore day one. Every one of you need to select the same resource group. So this is mandatory for all the services. So in the morning, I'll tell you, I or Mahesh will tell you which resource group we need to use for that particular day. So for today, we all need to use this resource group. Select this resource group and scroll down a little bit. Now I need to give the naming details for my storage account. So storage account name I need to give. So here you are using the combination of letters, symbols, okay, numbers and all. So to create a storage account. And here I'm just giving the storage account name is EN storage 1. I'm giving this name EN storage 1 and wait for 10 seconds. If the name is available, so it is giving you nothing. So if the name is not available, then it is giving you a error in the red color. So then you can understand that this name is not available. You can change the name. So for me, no error is there in red color. So that means this particular EN storage 1 is available right now. Now I am taking the region. So the data center which I am taking is East US. So this is the by default data center I am using. So I can change my data center, but not required for now. So I'm using the data center. So that means here the storage account, once it is created, this storage account service, once it is created in East US region, region. Okay. From there, I'm getting the access. So I'm keeping the by default East US only. And performance, I'm getting the standard. I'm having the premium version also. So for premium, so I'm providing extra security for the extra security will be there and low latency will be there. That means high speed application. So if it is a business, if it is a real business, I might have selected premium. But since it is a demo version only, so I'm going for standard version. Redundancy, I'm selecting. Redundancy means, so I am asking the cloud service provider to create only one storage account for my business. But here, in this storage account is deployed under US, East US region. But let us consider in the East US region, if there is a problem, if there is a natural calamity happen in this region. So in that condition, if you're creating only one account, one storage account, you are not getting the storage account service because the particular server or the particular region is having some natural calamity. But you are sitting in India where you are not having any calamity, even though you are not getting the service from the cloud service. So that is the reason why we always create, if it is a real-time business, we always create some redundancy. So redundancy means besides original account, one storage account, they are creating one more account. So they are deploying this account in this. Let us minimize this. So they are creating in geo redundancy storage zone or geo zone. So for if it is a real-time business, I might have selected one of these redundancy. But for the demo purpose, I don't want to select any redundancy. So you can see here, locally redundant storage, LRS. So locally redundant storage means I don't want to create any extra storage account. I need only one storage account since it is only for demo purpose. If it is a real-time business, you might have selected many options. Okay, so these are the basic details I have provided. That's a subscription details, resource group details, the names, the region where I'm deploying the services, and the options here. Okay, so after that, I'm just clicking on the next. So when I'm clicking on the next, I am going to the advanced tab. So just click on this next. I am entering inside the advanced tab. Just see the what are there the options. Okay, so don't do anything. We are not doing anything here. So here the service, once the storage account is created in your resource group in your East US region, so I can access the resource either through hot or cool mechanism. So hot means what? Whenever you want to, we are keeping some data in the storage account. If you want to access the data more frequently, then this is the mechanism. So you click check hot. So if you want to not using the data frequently, then you can select cool. So for me, I'm selecting cool. This is my access to you. So how can I access the data which is there in the cloud? If you want to access more frequently, like in a day 10 times you want to access, so then you check on this hot. So otherwise cool. I'm just selecting cool and then clicking on the networking next component. Next is networking tab. So I'm entering inside the networking tab, and here you can see network access. So don't change anything. So just look at what we are doing. So here you can see the first option, enable public access from all the networks. I am giving, once the storage account service is created, so I can give access to this storage account to anybody from any network. So that means public access I'm enabling. So because sometimes you can imagine, so one of your team member is there in US, you have created a storage account, and some data you have provided in the storage account that is needed by that particular team member who is there in the US. So if you are not providing the access to that particular person, he cannot access. So that is the reason why you just provide public access to this particular resource. Then any team member who is having the credentials, then they can easily access your storage account, and inside the storage account, whatever be the data you are keeping, they can access the data. They can download, they can edit, they can do anything as you are doing. So that is the reason why I'm selecting public access enable, and then I'm clicking on next data protection. So under data protection, you can see, so they are going for all these mechanisms to ensure the data is highly protected. So don't change anything here. So next, click on the next encryption part. So this is the method they are using to encrypt your data. So just click on the next. I'm entering inside the tags. In these tags, I can name for whom or for what purpose I am creating the storage account. So let us consider I am creating the storage account for Narendra for XYZ business. So I'm just typing for Narendra hyphen XYZ. XYZ is my business. Okay. So I'm just typing this Narendra XYZ. And now I'm giving the value like 1, 2, 3, and so on. So in this business, like XYZ business, Narendra is responsible for maintaining 2 services. This is one service. And if I create another storage account, I need to take care of that particular storage account also for that same business. So then I might have given this as 2 and so on. So since that is in real time, but since it is a demo, so I'm not taking any of the tag. Okay. So I'm not taking anything. Okay. So just click on the next review. So in the review, whatever be the data which you kept under these tabs will be displayed here. So this is the subscription. This is the resource group which we have selected. This is the region. This is the name and everything. So you can see here under each and every tab, whatever be the details you kept. So all the details you can see. So once the details is seen, click on the create button. This blue button is there. Always remember at the last we are clicking on the create button. So click on create button, and you can see here initializing the deployment. So with this requirement, like whatever be the hardware you had defined, okay, till now in many different tabs. So all this information is taken by the Microsoft Azure, and now they are deploying. They are creating one service for your subscription. You can see here, deployment is in progress. So that means here, with your specifications, with your request, whatever be the request you made now under each and every tab, so it is creating one particular storage account service. Okay, and it is they are deploying that particular service in your operating condition at your subscription. So that process is called as deployment. So you can see here clearly your deployment is complete. That means the storage account which you requested, that is created on that particular EC2 server in your subscription. Now deployment is complete means you can use it for now. So how much time it is taking? It is less than 1 minute. So that means here, the moment you ask the service, the same moment the cloud service provider, like in this case, Microsoft Azure is providing this service. It is creating the service and it is giving to your subscription. So this is called as on-demand request from the service. Okay, so this is the cloud computing definition. The moment you ask, the same moment you are getting the service done. So just click on this go to resource. So under your deployment is complete, just click on this go to resource. So now I am entering inside my resource. This is my resource name. So this, what is my resource name? I kept, while I'm creating the resource, I kept my resource name as EN storage 1. So you can clearly see this is my name. EN storage 1 is my name of the service. Now what type of service it is? You can see the under name you are having the service name. Okay, that is storage account. Okay, so this is my storage account, and this is my storage account service, and this is my name of the service. Okay, so after that you click on this overview, you can see the same details which you created under each and every tab. Like resource group name is FDP12_day1, location is East US, subscription is EdUnit, everything. So the performance has selected as standard. Okay, everything it is available. So once you check the overview of this, so after that, after checking each and everything, so just go to the left side and just scroll down a little bit. Scroll down, you can see, you can check activity log, like so how many persons have visited, what are they are done in my storage account, did they kept any external data, did they delete the data, did they edit the data, everything I can look after about this service in this activity log. I can see tags, I can see data migration, I can see anything. Okay, so all these things. So now I'm scrolling a little lower, and under data storage, okay, so we are having 4 options: containers, file shares, queues, tables. So now these are the different places where I can keep the data. So we might be knowing like data. Let us see the data. Data, can anyone define the data? What is the meaning of data? Please, anyone, you can unmute yourself and please tell me what is meaning of the data.
Organized information.
Yeah. So data is nothing but collection of facts. So we are organizing the facts in some tables, or sometimes in the photographs, sometimes in the mails, sometimes in the PDF. So basically data is organizing the facts in one of the suitable form. Okay, so the collection of the facts I'm calling as data. So the data will be of 3 types. So structured data, let's copy this, and then semi-structured data, and then unstructured data. So these are the 3 different forms of the data. Structured data means where you can keep the data in terms of rows and columns. So example for structured data is Excel. In Excel, we are keeping the data in terms of rows and tables, rows and columns. That means the data is in terms of tables, like databases. What are the databases? Maybe SQL databases, maybe MySQL, maybe NoSQL. So all these are examples for the structured data where we are keeping the data in terms of tables. So like unstructured data. Coming to unstructured data is nothing but the place where you are having the information. Facts are there, but the data cannot be kept in rows and columns. That is called unstructured data. Let us consider image. So in an image, lot of data is there, like in an image, lot of data is there, like how many participants are there, how many male faculty, female faculty, how they are wearing, what is the color of the shirt, what is the color of the pen, everything we can see. That lot of data will be there in the image, but that the image data cannot be kept in rows and columns. So that is called unstructured data. And the other example is videos also. In video also, data, so much data is available, but we cannot keep it in rows and columns. That is called as unstructured data. So these are like social media posts. All the social media posts are also comes under unstructured data only. So now coming to the semi-structured data. Semi-structured data is the data which is having both the features. Sometimes it is looking like structured data. Sometimes it is looking like a unstructured data. Let us consider one mail. So you have the mail, one mail you have received in your inbox. If you open, the mail is having only table, one table is there. So your timetable, okay. So for the week. So in the timetable, you are having the data which is segregated in rows and columns. Only one table is there. So looking at the mail, you can say that is a structured data. Now in mail 2, you are having description about the table. So the paragraphs we are having. So if you look at the particular description, the text matter, so then I can say this is unstructured data. In mail 3, you are having both the things, like you are having one image is there, your college logo is there. Under that logo, you are having the table. So now looking at this particular third mail, you can see, so some data will be in the unstructured form, that is your logo of the college, and under this one table is there, which if I look at the table, then that is called structured data. Since it is having both the features, I can say this is semi-structured data. Both the features are there. So that is the example. Mail is one such example, semi-structured data. And PDF is also one example where you can see some text is there, some image will be there, some tables will be there. So this is the place where you can see both the forms of the data, semi-structured data. So if I want to handle all these forms of the data in the cloud, the only one service is useful, that is nothing but storage account. In the storage account, the containers is very important. This is the place, containers, just click on this containers. So the container is a place where you can keep all the data. So like you can keep the data, you can keep structured data, okay. You can keep semi-structured data, you can keep unstructured data also in the containers. In the containers, you can keep all the forms of the data. So file shares, queues, and tables are there. So these are useful. If you want to share a little amount of data, then we are using a single file, a single Excel file. So which is having 1 KB, 1 MB. So then I'm keeping this in file shares, queues, and tables also. These are all for simple things. So if your business is having huge amount of data, that huge comes for a huge data. So this is the place which is correct, containers. Just click on this containers. Now there is no container here in my account, in my storage account, EN storage 1 for the time being. So now what I'm doing is I'm just creating one new container in my EN storage 1. Okay, just click on this place container. Now if I'm clicking on this container, I mean I'm creating a new container. I'm just giving the container name here. So now I'm giving this as like input. So just you can give any name here, that is according to your requirement. Okay, so like products, warehouse, anything you can give. So I'm giving input as my container name, and then just click on create. When I'm clicking on this create, you can see successfully created storage container. Okay, so now you can see, so one container is created in EN storage 1. EN storage 1 is my storage account. In this storage account, I have created one container. So just click on this container name. That means we are opening the container. So now I am inside this input container. You can see here. So I am inside this input container. Now there are no records. No records are there now. Now I want to keep these data, this much data, like all these data, structured data I want to keep. That means one Excel file I want to keep, and one PDF I want to keep, and one image I want to keep. So that means I want to demonstrate that one container will be used for holding structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. So let us go back to container. So this is my input container. So there is an option like upload. So just click on this upload. And I am browsing for my first Excel file. So let us wait for the window to open. So any doubts till now, you can ask me, please. So this is the page. When I'm clicking on upload, so this page will come, upload page, upload blob. So you can remember blob means this is a very important term, blob. So this container, the second name, the general name for the container is blob. BLOB, binary large, OB means object, binary large object. That means you can use this container to store large amount of data. Maybe the data is structured data, semi-structured data, or unstructured data. So now I'm going for first Excel file. So I'm just browsing for my file. So just click on browse for my files. I'm going to any location, I'm going for F drive, Edunet, and I'm going for something like, I can go for any simple, like I'll share these two files, like 1 second. I'm having two files in Edunet. I'm having two CSV files, address.csv, employee.csv. I'm just selecting these two files. I'll share these two files. So tomorrow we are going to have one activity on these two files. So I'm just sharing this in chat or WhatsApp. So this is CSV file. CSV just nothing but Excel type only. So I'm just selecting this and just clicking on open. And you can see two files are selected and I'm clicking on upload. And you can see the two files are address.csv and employee.csv is created in the input container. So this is CSV file. CSV file is just nothing but the example for structured data. So the example for structured data. So I have created the local data. So that address.csv file and this address.csv file and employee.csv file, till now they are in my local laptop. So this is called as local data. Now these are comes under input container under storage account. That means they are comes under cloud. So I can access these two files anywhere from any device. Okay, so that is how I can convert my local data into cloud data. So this is example for structured data. Now I want to go for one image. Let us consider I'm clicking on upload again. So this time I want to go for one PDF. So again, upload blob, go to browse the files. And now this time I'm going for one PDF. I need one PDF. So PDF is just nothing but this is my PDF, suppose say. So PDF is an example for semi-structured data. So it is uploading. You can see. So AGG aggregate DAX.pdf. So this PDF is also was there in the cloud now. So this is semi-structured data. Now I want to go for the next one, unstructured data. I want to keep a video or image. So I'm just keeping a image in the storage account. So again, I'm clicking on upload. So this is upload blob. So just click on this browse for my files. And browse where you are having one image file. Like I'm going for one folder. So let us consider this is my file. Okay, so this is my one image file. I'm just clicking on open. So one file is selected and this is in JPEG format. Just upload. Now you can see. Now you can see this data, this image file is uploaded into the container, input container. Now this input container contains all the forms of the data, structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. All data it is having. Even though the file is small or the file is big, no matter. Since we are in the containers, the container can hold infinite volumes of data. So there is no limitation on the data size. But if you go to file shares or tables or queues, there is a limited amount of data only we can incorporate. So that is the reason why we always go for input containers. Input container. That container we are also calling as the generic name as blob, BLOB, blob. Okay, which is there in the storage account. So this is how I can keep my data, which is available locally, onto the cloud now. So this is called as service name as storage account. So this is my storage account where I can keep my local data, which is very useful for my data for my business. Now it is available in the cloud and I can access this particular data from anywhere I want. already while I'm creating the storage account, already I have given the option, like in the networking tab, I have given the option like anybody can access. Public access I have given enabled. So that means anybody, so who is related to my business, I can give access to them. Okay, then they can access this data which is there in the input container. So like that, you can go back to the EN storage account again. Again, if I want to create one more container, so then I can click on this container again. So I can name this and I can create. So like that, I can create a many number of containers according to my business requirement, and I can upload so much data inside my each container, and I can share this data to any of my business delegates and to my stakeholders. So this is called as storage account. Okay, so I think by this time Mahesh has given you all subscription, so you can try for this. But always keep in mind that I'm going back. See here, I'm going back and I want to see you my resource group, our resource group. Okay, so just clicking on home page, Microsoft Azure, and you can see this is my resource group. This is just click on this resource group, and this is the resource group which I have used to deploy all my like storage account service. Okay, FDP12 day one. So you can see here. So earlier there is no record at all. So now you can see like EN storage one is created, and besides me, so this EN storage one is created by me, and EN storage 508 created by our faculty member, and FDP storage 1976 is created by other faculty member. So they are also parallelly developing the services. So I request you people, just sir, those who are created these storage accounts, so take the snapshot, sir. So take the snapshot. Suppose say I am going to the EN storage one. Just click on the EN storage one, whatever be the service name. So just click on the service name. So now you are going to get this particular page. So this is your page, your storage account page. So take the snapshot of this. Okay, take the snapshot of this screen and keep it in the chat. So just post this page in the chat so that we can see that you are created this particular resource group. Like this. I'm going to so this going to the chat, and here I'm posting my screenshot so that every other person can see like, yeah. So Srikanth sir, yes. So every other person can see that we have created this storage account. You can see here, just post it. So this is what we need. So this is one service. So any doubts in this? Mahesh?
Yes, Narendra.
Yeah, I had demonstrated the storage accounts, and they are already created few faculty members. I requested them to
The
post the
remaining
screenshot.
faculty members can create also, like we can get a try for creating the storage account. So almost all the subscription is being provided to you.
Mahesh, it is useful for them if
If
you take any random faculty person, and if they are sharing for the first time how to create the storage account, how to create the subscription, then it will be very useful for other faculty members also, I think.
Okay. So any faculty would like to share their screen and show the practical what you have understood. Gomati ma'am, I have added your both the IDs. You please go with the Outlook one. Check your Outlook ID whether you're getting invitation or not. If you're getting invitation, accept the invitation and then you can log into this Microsoft portal. So any faculty would like to share their screen and let us try this practical what Narendra sir has explained to us. So we can quickly go through the same practical. So can I know for what purpose the storage account is being used? Yes, faculties. Am I audible to you all?
Yes, Mahesh, you are audible.
Okay.
I think all the faculty members can access portal.azure.com, right? Any difficulty in accessing portal.azure.com, you please get clarified now itself. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to see many services. So that time may not be possible to clarify your doubt. So please ask us if at all you face any challenge in accessing the portal.azure.com. Meanwhile, those faculty who completed this activity, please share the screenshot in the chat. So Niva Bandari, ma'am, I think you have facing some challenges in accessing the cloud. Please share your screen so that everyone can see, and everyone, if they are getting the same problem, they can also resolve their problems. So Pavitra ma'am, can you share your screen, ma'am? Mahesh and I can guide you to get out of your problem.
Dr. Praveen sir, I have added you the subscription, so you can check your Outlook ID.
Anybody who are facing some challenges in getting connected to portal.azure.com, please share your screen. So we will guide. Mahesh and I will guide. And those faculty members who already created, please share your screenshots in the chat. Yes, Dilip sir, you have any challenges, means please. So the faculty members are sharing, nice.
Yes. I think faculties are trying to do the practical. Narendra, can you just quickly go through all the things what you have explained for storage account?
Okay, I'll go and explain again. So this time orally I will explain just by demonstration. Okay. So is my screen visible to you all? Mahesh?
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So please, faculty members,
Excuse
just
me, sir.
concentrate once. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Sir, sir, your screen is not visible to you. What you are practical doing, that is not visible to me, sir.
Oh.
Operator ma'am, you just check your internet connection once, because I'm getting Narendra's screen. Whether other faculties are getting the same screen of Narendra?
Yes, we are
Yes,
able to
yes,
see.
Yes. Okay, thank you for your.
Okay, just check your internet connection, ma'am. Yeah, thank you, Sudesh sir.
Okay,
So now,
also that's why I am unable to create, sir, what you are telling, because I am not able to
Yes,
see
sir,
your
we are
screen.
possible to see.
okay. So anyhow, the recordings will be provided in the evening, ma'am, for this session, so that you can see and you can practice. The resources will be there, and you can use the subscription. You can create same storage account. You can practice in the evening also. For the time being, I'm just repeating the same sequence of steps which I have followed now to create the storage account. So we can I'm going for the home, like I'm clicking on Microsoft Azure. This is my home page. Okay, now I want to create a service name called a storage account. Just I'm clicking on the text box. I'm just typing storage account. So when I'm typing storage, all the matchings will be displayed here. Just I'm selecting one service name under services tab. Don't select under marketplace. So I'm just selecting this storage account. And here, these are the storage accounts. So you can see 10 records are there. So that means here, as of now, we have created 10 records. So I want to create my own storage account, suppose say. So I'm just clicking on plus. So I'm just clicking on plus create, which means that I want to create one more storage account. Under this create the storage account page, I need to give the basic details like the details under each and every tab that I already shown you. Under basics tab, what the details you need means first most important thing is check for the subscription. This should be Edunate for all of us. So once the subscription is set, so the second important step is resource group selection. So just I don't want to like create a new resource group. Instead, I want to use the resource group which already created for our purpose. So just click on this box and select FDP12, FDP12 underscore day one. So just select this resource group. All of you please select this resource group only. So then I am going to give some basic naming for the storage account. Make the region as East US only, and you can keep the performance as standard. Redundancy, you can select LRS. So if you click on this box, so you are having many options here. So I'm going for locally redundant storage. So which means locally redundant storage, which means we are not interested in duplicating the storage account. We need only one storage account. So then you click on advanced, next means advanced tab. So here just check the data. You don't select anything like if you want to select like access to yours, you can change from hot to cool. That is also an optional one. So that depends on your accessibility. Like if you want to frequently access your data in the storage account, you can select hot or else you can select cool. So once you select hot or cool and all, just click on the networking next and so this is my networking part. I'm giving the access, networking access to all the public. So that means so those who are having my credentials, then can access from anywhere, from any laptop. So it is providing the access. So then click on the next. So under data protection, just look at how they are protecting the data on different schemes and everything. Don't change anything. So click on the next encryption. So this is the encryption technique they are using, and then tags. So and then next is review. So you can see review. So this is validation is failed. Why validation failed? Because I haven't given any option. So I haven't given the basic name of the storage account name. Everything I haven't given. So that is the meaning. That is the reason why the validation is failed. Even sometimes, even if you give all the details, sometimes the validation fails. So this is because most of the times validation failed, even if you are giving the data due to one reason. So go to the basics tab. So the common reason why your storage account, your service is not created, validation is failed means, so this is the reason. So the region which you are selected, East US, is having the quota filled. The quota is filled. Okay, so that in that condition, if you're given all the details properly, even though you are having validation failed, means always come to the basics tab. Please select other region. Always select, if it is East US, go to East US 2. So just select East US 2, otherwise West US 2, otherwise West US 3. Only these four please select. Don't select any other region. Okay, because all the services will not be there in all the regions. So this storage account is there in East US 2, West US 2, West US 3. So it is not that all the services are there in other regions. No, it is not there. Okay, like that you can select, you can give all the details of the storage account, and finally validation pass means you can click on the create button. So then you can get your storage account deployed in your subscription. Let us go for again Microsoft Azure home page. I'm going for my our resource group FDP12 underscore day one. I'm just clicking on resource group, and you can see how many services have been deployed in this storage resource group. See here, eight records have been created. Okay, so edu Shakti Sami 1, EN storage 007, EN storage 1, and all these are like storage. Suppose say if it is in this resource group 100 services, 100 storage accounts and other services are deployed. Now if I want to I want to go and access my resource, so here there is a search field, search box is there. So now I am typing my resource name. So that is the reason why always remember your credentials, your service names, your credentials, your user ID, passwords. Okay, all these things are very important. So keep them handy, keep somewhere so that you can access your resources whenever you want. So my storage account name is EN storage 1. So I'm just typing EN storage 1. So now it is popping up one match. So this is my service name, EN storage 1. Just once the service is identified, just click on the name of this service. I'm going into my service. So EN storage 1, which is my storage account. So now suppose say, so after seeing the overview details, I want to create one more container in this storage account. So just scroll down a little bit. Under data storage tab, I'm having containers. So just click on these containers. So in this container, already I'm having input and input 1. Okay, now I'm creating one more container. So you can select one more container. So I can click on create. Okay, so now you can see clearly output container, a new container created now output. So just click on this output container. So now I am inside this output container. Okay, you can clearly see this is the output container page where there is no data. So if I want to upload one Excel file, so just click on this upload. What are the data? Is it structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data? So you can upload into this container. So go and identify one Excel file or one image file or one PDF, whatever. So just click on upload. So you can see, you can visualize this. Suppose say I want to see whether I want to go for one faculty created storage account. I want to see what is there inside the storage account. So now for that, I'm going to Microsoft Azure homepage. I'm going to resource groups. So these are the resource these are the resources which we all created in this resource group. Now I want to go for Muskan 2. So this is Muskan 2 is the resource group. So which is storage account type. So this account name is what? Storage account, and the name of the account is Muskan 2. Just click on this Muskan 2. So can I log in? Can I see the details inside this Muskan 2 storage account? Can anyone see this? I think all of you are able to see this. This is created by other faculty members, and the name of this storage account is given as Muskan 2. Can you all see this? Please unmute yourself and please tell me that. Can you all see this Muskan 2? This is not my account. This is not my storage account. It is created by somebody else. Even though I can able to see this resource group, this service. So because at the time of creation, the option in the networking tab, the option is given as public access is enabled. So that is the reason why I can able to see this account details. So now I am going to the the containers created by this person under this Muskan 2 storage account. So no container is created. So those who created this Muskan 2, please click on this container and create a new container. You can name it anywhere and you can upload any data what you want. Please do it. And now I am going back to FDP 12. I'm selecting FDP storage 1976 and I want to go for containers. And I want to look the container is created or not. Yes, product info is the container this person is created, FDP storage 1976. I'm getting inside this product info container and see here. So meeting attendance. So 3 files are been generated. So all are cool. So which means So this is the person who want to access these sources very rarely. So that is how you can see. Suppose say if I want to see any data, like I want to see my data. So I don't want to open this data. I want to go for my own storage account. Again, I'm going back to FDP12. I'm checking my EN storage one. Now we are going to see the data which is there inside the container. So now I'm going to click on containers. So now I'm going to output container. So in this output container, I'm having only one image file. Okay, so just I want to see what is the image. So now I'm just clicking on the name of the file. Maybe it is any file like PDF or Excel file, CSV file, whatever be the name of the file. Just click on this, go to edit. So there is an option like edit. You can download the image. You can download the file if you wish. Otherwise, you can click on edit so that you can see the data. So you can see here. So the data, the image is visible here. So once this image is okay, I can download. I can click on the download. I can download the image. So like this. So that is what you can do. So this I can create one storage account and I can give access to other team members so that they can also see the data and they can edit the data, or else they can download the data. Once they download the data, they can use the data for their project. So any doubts? Any doubts or you are facing means I and Mahesh will help you to get out of this doubt. And if already you are created, please take the screenshot of your service and keep it in the chat.
Yes, faculties, any doubts if you're having? So please be sure like you are having the subscription, because from tomorrow onwards, we'll be doing the practicals on cloud only. So these 5 days, you will be having a hands-on knowledge with Microsoft Azure and Power BI. So please be sure like you are having subscription with you and you can perform a practical with us. And if you are having any doubts, you can stop us in between and you can ask your doubts also. Like if you're having any doubts related to any practical. And I think Narendra, have you explained them like how to delete their storage account also? Like so we can conclude this session.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I'm trying to create a new container. I created a container, but when I try to click on that, it says me error related to the access. Can I share my screen and show it?
Yes, sir. You share the screen.
Yes, sir. You can share.
Pavitra ma'am, also you share after our faculty, this faculty member, please. So we'll resolve your doubt also.
Actually, the sharing is disabled. So
I will give, sir. So Prashant Dopavkar.
yes.
Mahesh. Mahesh is giving the access now, so you can share the screen, sir. Pavitra ma'am, Mahesh will give you the access. You can share. So after Prashant, sir.
Prashant, sir, right?
Yeah. Prashant Dopavkar.
One small doubt.
Yes, sir. Sarath, sir.
Can we change the name of the container? Like, can we edit or rename the container name after storage account name after creating?
Yes.
We can.
Yes, we can.
Prashant, sir, I have marked you as a presenter. You can now share your screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. Its screen is visible.
Yeah. So I have created a storage account PDH storage.
Mhm.
So if we actually go to
Mhm.
storage accounts, you can see mine here, okay, which is created under FDP 12.
Yes.
So if I click on that, containers. So by default, it is creating under private. So is that okay? The access level?
It's okay, sir.
That
Actually,
is okay, sir.
while creating your storage
Yes.
account now, you have selected private anonymous access. So the storage account is being configured as a private only. Like whatever data you will be storing on your container now, which will be private mode only. So here you can see anonymous access level is on private mode.
Okay, so should I delete this storage account and create another one?
No
So that
need. You can
in case
edit
you need
here
to
also.
check.
No, but it is just general purpose. It is by default set it as a private only, sir.
Okay. No, if I
Yes.
actually click it here, I'm getting this, instead of getting that screen where I can upload the document, I'm getting this error.
This request is done. Sir, just refresh your screen one more time. The same screen, just refresh it. Okay, sir. Now it's coming. Now click on upload.
Okay, got it, got it.
So
So
from here you
anytime if
can
I face
upload
that, I can refresh.
any NoSQL or unstructured data. So generally,
Okay.
this storage account is used to store NoSQL data only. Like we all know, like the data we store is mostly in database only and in a structural form only. But generally, if the data is in huge form, and to manage that data, we are using the storage account. So the data can be in any form. It can be in a image, it can be in a video, it can be MP3, it can be doc file, it can be tables. And for sharing purpose also, it supports like one compute instance is been supported to the storage account. For sharing a large amount of data also, the storage account is being used on the servers.
Okay, fine.
So this
So
same storage account, you can convert it into a data lake Gen 2 also, a data warehouse also, a data mart also. So it depends on the use of the customer or use of the client. Okay. So how the way he is using the storage account. If he wants to use as a data warehouse, so he can use that also. If he wants to give it the storage account for development purpose, then he can upgrade the storage account to data lake gen 2 generation 2. So while creating the storage account, you will be getting one option like upgrading this storage account to data lake gen 2, where you can store a huge amount of data on the storage account, and you can use you can do the analysis on that data also. You can either do different tries, like different purposes you can use the storage account.
okay,
So
okay, perfect.
this is yes sir, this is all for storage account today. I think we have completed one practical as well as theory of cloud computing, and tomorrow most probably we'll be starting with virtual machine, like creating virtual machine with Windows OS and Linux based OS, and how to host a website on that virtual machine, that we will be confirming, that we will be seeing. And after creating virtual machine, we'll be also creating one SQL database, like how to create a SQL database and how to connect that cloud database to our local machine and how to do the edits. So most probably we'll be doing two practicals by tomorrow, and hope so if we get some time we can add more practicals also. But before doing this practical, you please get sure like you are having subscription with you. And I'm seeing like 99 faculties are being joined to this call, but only the 50 or 60 faculties has given their Outlook ID. So remaining faculties, you can please fill this Google Sheet and you can provide your Outlook ID so that you can perform the practicals on cloud with us on these 5 days, and you can learn new things from that. And Shashwatan, you there on call? I think Shashwatan is not there. Okay. Narendra, should we conclude this session?
Wait for 2 minutes, like Shashwatan will come, I think. He said like he want to
Okay.
clarify some of the these doubts.
Oh, yeah, LMS doubts, right. So meanwhile, any faculty having any issue, please, you can share your screen. If you are having issues with your login, if you're having issues with doing the practicals, if you're having any certain doubts, you
Mahesh,
can share your screen.
sorry to disturb you. Miss S. Pavitra ma'am, she's having some issue with the portal
Okay,
connection.
let me check.
Ah, Pavitra.
Pavitra ma'am, what is the issue you are facing? You can unmute yourself.
Sir, I couldn't able to log in with my Microsoft Azure account.
Ma'am, can you just provide me your Outlook ID so I can see it in Google Sheet and I can just confirm whether whether the
One
subscription is given to you or not. Gomati ma'am, I have already added these 2 IDs. You can just try it once. If you are facing any issues now, you can share your screen. I can guide you with how to activate your account.
Sir, I am Dakshinamurthy.
Yes.
Hello, sir. I am
Yes,
Dakshinamurthy.
I can hear you.
Yes, sir. I am unable to see that presentation, sir. Only green page only visible, sir, for me.
So your
Why
voice is
problem
not.
I am unable to see.
Hello.
Hello,
So
sir.
your voice is not properly coming to me. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello,
Sir,
sir.
I'm audible to you. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Now you are
You
audible.
are,
Now you are
your voice very clear, sir. Now, what the problem is, I am unable to see your presentation, sir. Only green page only visible for me, sir.
like the screen sharing you're talking about, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you, sir demonstrated some storage and other details, sir. But only voice alone I can hear it, sir. But remaining,
Sir,
the
you need to switch your internet connection to some other provider. Like you can switch to your Wi-Fi. You can check your internet connection because I can see the screen what Narendra was presenting. Even other faculties are also able to see. Please confirm with your connection, like whether you're having a proper internet connection or not. Pavitra ma'am, you just
Sure,
check it once. I have given access to you. Just go to your Outlook ID and check one more time for me whether you got any invitation from EduNet Foundation.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Pavitra ma'am, are you there on the call?
Yes, I'm checking, sir.
Shweta ma'am, yes, you need to log into this portal.azure.com website, and after accepting the invitation, and then you can get the subscription. You need to check the subscription whether you get it or not. Okay, I think Narendra, let me connect to this Shashwatan whether he is joining or not. Let me see.
Yes, Mahesh. Meanwhile, the faculty members who created now, just now, please share your screenshots. So first get clarified on how to connect to portal.azure.com. So this is very, very important for today. So from today onwards till the last day, we are going to access the cloud, Microsoft Azure cloud, using that portal.azure.com only, with that subscription only. Saranya ma'am, Mahesh in the morning, he has provided one Google Sheet, a link he has provided. Just click on the Google Sheet, which is there in the chat, and please enter your mail ID, and you can inform Mahesh that you have given the mail ID so that he can give you the subscription.
Gomati ma'am, you just try to switch your directory, whether click on the profile what you are seeing in the right hand side corner, and there will be one option of switch directory, and you just need to click on that and switch your directory to this AzureNet Foundation.
Dilip sir, this attendance through LMS, Saswatan will tell. So give me 1 minute or 2 minutes. He will explain the LMS part.
Yes, you can joining Narendra.
Okay.
Yes. LMS part.
So Mahesh, so few people like Saranya ma'am and other people are asking about to send Google Sheet again, so that they want to send Outlook mail ID.
It is already pinned to this chat. You can just see the chat. It is already pinned to this chat box, and you can go through. I will be one more time. I will be copy and pasting in the chat box. You can go through.
So ma'am, you can see Mahesh shared the Google Sheet, and anybody who want to get the subscription, please click on that, and please provide that Outlook mail ID, and please inform after filling that Google Sheet. Please inform now itself so that he can know, because already has given so many subscriptions. Might be now it is your responsibility. Please check and inform.
Dr. Raju sir, what is the issue you are facing?
I'm able to log in, but in the LMS portal, I'm not able to log in.
Okay.
The password
So,
and the
have
mail.
you tried the right password, like test@123.4? T is capital.
Yeah. T is capital at 1234. Double three
Yes.
or only 134?
1234. It's a number.
I have tried, sir.
Okay.
I'm
Let
not able to log in.
Shashwatan. Okay, let the Shashwatan join the call so he can help you with that.
Yeah, fine.
So,
Pavitra ma'am, what is the issue now you're facing?
hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Kavita
Sir,
ma'am.
can you please explain me how to enter the attendance in the LMS?
Shashwatan will be explaining, ma'am. The
Now,
LMS
sir?
related stuff now, Shashwatan sir will be coming and he will be joining and he will be explaining you.
Okay, sir. Now it will be done, sir?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
sir. Okay, sir.
So
Thank
there
you.
is a one tab. Let me explain you that also. Like when you log into your LMS, now there is one attendance tab is there where you need to just click one button is there. You need to just click for attendance. It will be getting submitted. That's it. That is the thing you need to do for attendance. Saranya ma'am, what is the issue? Can you provide me your Outlook ID? Okay, I got it. Right now you have provided. Okay. Let me add you to the subscription.
Shweta Sukla ma'am, you can share the screen. So please share the screen and explain your problem. Oh yes, Satan joined.
Yes, Narendra, I just joined.
Yeah. So Shweta ma'am, now you can share the screen. Like just now I have added you to the presenter, so you can share the screen. Shweta Sukla ma'am.
Okay, Saranya ma'am, I have added you to the subscription. You just go
Sir,
to your Outlook ID and please
is
check
my
it.
screen visible?
Yes ma'am, yes.
Actually, sir, I'm so to Azure. This is
Ma'am,
the
your voice is
home page.
breaking.
I'm
Ma'am,
not.
your voice is completely breaking, ma'am.
Now is it okay, sir?
Yes, it is now okay.
Yes, ma'am, it is okay.
Okay, sir, actually I missed the 5-minute session only after the break. So like after going to the Azure, this is my home page.
Your screen is not getting, ma'am. It's getting stuck on
Your
Okay,
screen is
one
stuck.
part. At one point it is
Screen
getting
started,
stuck.
sir.
I can see your number of participants like Teams. That window I am seeing.
Just wait, sir. Okay, sir. Now you can see the front. Yeah, number of participants. After that only. Can you see now? The Azure page.
I'm not able to see. Actually, I'm seeing the one which you shown earlier.
Okay, sir. Just wait, sir. Let me check what is the problem. I'm sharing it again, sir. So this is a share screen option. I'm doing it. Start now. Okay, sir. Now is it visible?
I think it's visible. We are getting Teams view on your mobile.
Okay. Sir, this is the Azure page.
Okay. Ma'am, go to your directory, like profile icon.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Shalini Kapoor, ma'am, I have added you to the subscription. You can please go to your Outlook ID and check it whether you've got it or not.
That reason, sir.
Ma'am, are you accessing this Azure website from your mobile phone, right?
Yes, sir.
Just go to the profile. There will be one option of switch directory.
Okay, sir. This is the profile directories plus subscription is there.
Click on subscription.
I clicked on it. It was written directories plus subscription options have moved to portal setting page.
Okay, I think on mobile view there is one option. Like when you click on profile, there will be one option of switch directory.
Okay, sir. So I have to do it through my laptop. Is it so like?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it is more feasible if you use your laptop if you are having.
Okay, so then I will do it
Okay,
from
and
there
also
only.
one more thing, ma'am. You just
Yes,
get
sir.
your Outlook ID and you can post it into the chat box. I can confirm from my side also.
Okay, sir. I'm doing it.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Pavitra ma'am, now you can
Okay.
share your screen, ma'am. Mahesh, one more, ma'am. Pavitra ma'am,
Okay,
you
fine.
can share the screen now. I have given you the presenter condition.
Okay, Shweta. Shweta ma'am, have you got an invitation mail on your Outlook?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
I
Whether
did
you
the
have
LMS
accepted?
also. I received your.
No. Outlook
Sir?
ID, you will be getting one mail from on Outlook ID. Now you will be getting one mail from
Yes, sir.
Microsoft
I got
Azure.
the mail also. I got this accept invitation. I did that also.
Uh-huh.
And it went through my app dashboard.
Right. And then after you need to log into your Azure portal. Right.
But sir, in my app there is nothing is showing here.
No, in my app now, it will not show anything. You need to open new tab, and in new tab, you need to go to your portal.azure.com. And again, you need to log into this Azure website, and then you can find your subscription.
Okay, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I will try that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Hello.
Okay,
Pavitra ma'am, share the screen. One ma'am is suffering from portal. Pavitra ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm sharing.
Yes.
And remaining participant, if you don't have any other questions, I think we can formally close our today's session.
Yes.
Those who have any doubts,
Sir,
you can stay back.
Sir, Kavita here.
Manish, you can also stop the recording.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you didn't tell us